minute delay on it.
Oh,
My
okay.
bad. My bad.
All good. It's all good. At least you did mention it. I know I've done it once or twice, but as long as it gets fixed, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, it looks like we're getting the go from pretty much everyone around, and we are just now loading in on the Frozen Temple.
Yeah, and this is by far one of my favorite maps, and I'm so glad how much every patch they kind of rework it and retweak it. And little details here, add the pathing way it's a little bit bigger on certain sides of things. So I'm kind of glad that they always update this map. This is by far one of my favorite all-time maps. I don't think there's been a better map, maybe outside of the Overgrowth. Overgrowth was a pretty fun map for me as well. But let's do some player introductions. I'll let you do it, starting at the top.
It's starting at the top left. It is the light pink Zerg. His name is General Hein.
And spawning in the bottom right. From Team of Simpson is the teal Protoss player Vampyworm. Let's change this so it's
Yeah, we do actually see this pylon on the right side of the map, look, proxy pylon in the fourth base location, actually. So that's definitely going to be escaping any sort of vision and definitely allowing Vampy a forward point in which he can just kind of throw down some units and really put on a lot of pressure. So, ooh, we do see 3 gateways coming down right at the proxy location. So Vampy looking to get rather aggressive here.
Yeah, and Vampyworm, like I said before, he loves these proxy little things that he's doing. And when we do, like you said, 4 gateways, he's just going to rush in with Zealots. He's not even going for Warp. I mean, these are just going to start producing like 6. My prediction, he's going to run in with at least 6 Zealots. Before he does anything, he's just going to run up with this probe and see that his base, the General's base, is kind of behind. General's not going to be able to produce that much links starting out. Unfortunately for him, he just won't have the supply. He won't have the larva count to deal with this huge influx. And actually, this drone chases down that thing, and so he's going to see these gateways.
Ooh, that's rough.
He sees it, but is it going to be enough? I mean, he sees it's coming, but there's really not much he could do. He's kind of broke. He's making another queen. He's going to be supply capped. He needs to build spines is what he needs to do. He needs to figure out something to do. There goes 1 spine finally being built, but there goes 2 Zealots going to run all the way up, and the 3rd one coming as well. And I just don't know if General is going to be able to hold this off at the moment.
I mean, it is already too late. This is already underway, and we already have Zealots that are running into, the Naturals. So this is going to be a clutch save coming from General, and he has to be on point with every single move.
Yeah, we do see the links coming in. They're trying to focus down that 1 Zealot. The 1 Zealot keeps getting his shield regenerated. So that's 4 Zealots, and there's really nothing the General is going to be able to do from this. I mean, there is a spine, but he's lost his natural. From behind this, Vampyworm he's got 7 Zealots on the map currently, and he's just going to rush in. He's going to try to focus down that spine, focus on the queen. The queen might have enough to transfuse it. Actually, she just used it to get the infuse up on the hatchery, and that's going to be game. There's really not much General is going to be able to do from this. The last spine is about to drop. The queen is about to drop, and there's just more Zealots coming on the way. A couple links popping out, but it's not going to be enough.
Oh, absolutely. And, I mean, Vampy, he wanted to get a quick closer into this, and that's exactly what he got. I just don't think I don't think General really had... I mean, he didn't see it quick enough. That's what it comes down to. And GG did get called. Vampyworm taking the series 2-0.
Yeah, that scandalous little Vampyworm with that. So 2-0 goes to Vampyworm in this first round. We'll try to get into another game shortly for you guys. I mean, that was just... wow.
Yeah, absolutely. Are you looking at your scrape?
I am looking at my scrape.
Yeah, so we will be getting into another game relatively soon for you guys. And once I start to look for it.
Yeah, so let's try to get another game going. In the meantime, I mean, we don't really have much to go on, but I guess I could go on Reddit. I'm pretty sure I'm shadow banned on Reddit myself, but let's find out. It's kind of funny when I pissed off the wrong person on Reddit, and I got shouted
Mm-hmm.
at. It was good times.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's just one of those. I don't know how to describe it, man. It's just,
Okay.
you know, people are just dicks, and I call them out, and then sometimes I call out the wrong person.
Oh man, that's rough.
No, it just what happened was I don't want to name names because I don't want this
Yeah,
person
for
to
sure.
read me again. But this person who is he's a well-known, not necessarily well-liked StarCraft commentator.
Uh huh.
Posted something that was a troll post, and I
Uh
called
huh.
him out for posting something troll. And on his stream, because I was watching it, he told everyone to go downvote me, and I got
Oh
like
god.
280 negative downvotes in like
Uh
30
huh.
seconds, and so I wasn't allowed to post on Reddit for like 6 months.
Oh
And I
wow.
was arguing with them, saying like, "Yo, like this guy, on his stream, like I have the VOD of him attacking me," and they didn't care because this guy was really well known, and so they'd rather cater to him than me, who's kind of known comparatively.
Hmm. So, I mean, with all the Reddit drama aside, looky, ladies and gentlemen, we got ourselves some Panda Bear Me.
Oh, dude, I love Panda Bear Me. Again, both me and Vampy Worm have casted Panda Bear Me. Panda Bear Me before he just recently left high school, if I remember correctly, and he used to be part of the High School Star League, which is a national Star League, StarCraft League for high schoolers, and he was on a team.
Mm-hmm.
Him as Panda Bear Me. I want to say Jon Snow was on his team. He's now on a fatal, not fatal. He's on a Fatal Tactics. Who else was on Panda Bear Me team? The banana guy. Oh, I can't believe I can't think of these kids' names. I don't know. Panda Bear Me is just
Okay.
like this gnarly, crazy good kid player. And he's really funny about it, and he's really has like really weird, unorthodox plays. So I'm super excited to see him. I've been watching him play for years now, so I'm extremely excited to see more games with him. And I'm going to predict that he's going to walk over Vampy Worm. I love Vampy Worm, but I don't see him winning.
Okay, that's absolutely fair. I haven't seen either of these players play very recently, so I'm not quite sure as to what shape Panda Bear Me is in at the moment. But we did just see. Wow, is he still Vampy Worm? Yes, he is. Okay, because it always throws me off because I see his name as something else because I think we're Battle.net friends.
Yeah.
And so sometimes it just throws me off, and I'm looking at the name. I'm like, wait a second, did he change that? What? Um,
Yeah, sometimes it shows up like his real name. Sometimes it shows up
yeah.
under the Battle.net name. It always throws me for a loop sometimes when I get invited to places and I'm like, who are you? Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Especially if they
Whoops.
invite like me to Overwatch because their name in Overwatch is different from StarCraft. And so, yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
get confused quite frequently. It's good times.
Yeah, absolutely. So actually, first map will be new to Gettysburg. But the point I was getting to earlier was we did just see Vampy Worm play, and he played a very decisive match. But I'm very excited. I mean, it was actually PVZ, so it's possible that he might be doing something relatively similar. Um, where I mean, the DT Warp Prism fun drop into the, I mean, it's just three base macro win, and then potentially depending on, well, actually, I'm not sure what we're gonna have for the next game, but either way, Stampy versus Panda Bear Me, and hopefully Panda Bear Me can really give Vampy a run for his money.
Who's Hudar?
No idea who Hodor is. I don't know who he's invited by either.
Okay, cool. I mean, he might be some guy that's casting as well. Either way, I don't. Like I said before, Panda Bear is very orthodox, and we're playing on New Gettysburg, so I
Mhm.
don't see Vampire Worm doing that DT rush just because it'll be very hard for him to do it. I think against Panda Bear because Panda Bear is so unorthodox. But I'm interested to see what kind of stuff Vampire Worm has against Panda Bear. Panda Bear is a
Mhm.
really high end player. I've seen him just destroy guys left and right. So I'm super excited for this game. It should be very entertaining matches, and yeah, I'm just excited to get jumped into this. I believe this is still maybe we're just one, so this has got to be for round two. So this tournament, is going relatively quick. And there we go. Cool. I was like, I don't know if I was lagging or you were lagging, but...
Yeah, so that said, spawning in the bottom left corner, it's the Teal Protoss, it's the Team Ascension Vampy Worm!
And spawning in our bottom right, the green Zerg player, playing for Root Gaming, it is Panda Bear Me.
What?
Yeah, I'm stoked that Root picked him up too. That was just a recent acquirer. Acquirement, thank you. So I'm kind of glad that Panda got picked up on such a high-end team, and Roots, got a lot of great guys on it. We saw Demi Love win his SEA tournament last night, or this morning for those who were watching it this morning. So I'm excited. So far, though, nothing too out of the ordinary for either players. We do see Panda going for that early gas. Usually it gets canceled right here, but it looks like he's going one base. So he goes gas before pool on one base. Is he just going to try to rush Ling this? It's just...
Yeah, I mean, you were saying that he's a very unorthodox player, and that's exactly what we're seeing come into play here. So this is already very interesting, but we do have Vampy just about to get the scout off. He knows exactly what's going to be happening, and I mean, he's just now seeing there's no second, so he is going to be very concerned about this build. He knows that there's going to be aggression right out the gate, so he has to be very careful.
And with this style base, this is not really my favoritist of maps, only because the third base is so far away from either opponent. So Vampire has to finish building off this wall here to stop these Lings that are going to be coming out. There's 4 Lings on its way, or at least being built with speed upgrade at the same time. And so he needs to get here and get a Mothership Core out as soon as possible to stop this. I mean, he will have a couple Zealots, sure, but this Cybernetics Core needs to finish, and the Mothership Core needs to get out in order for him to save his base right now.
Yeah, it looks like right now Vampy Worm is just going to go straight into that Adapt play. Just not even going to worry about the Zealot, but we do have some Zerglings at the third, just picking off the probe, and there's the third.
Interesting. So this is kind of what, like you were saying before, that Panda is just so methodical or unorthodox, is that he showed that he looks like he was going to have a super early game aggression with like speedlings. So Vampy Worm spent all this money into building this wall and not worrying about his second, just get this wall up. And from behind it, Panda takes a third.
No, yeah, absolutely.
No aggression whatsoever. He's researching Burrow for some reason, so maybe he's going to try to do like some good Bane hits, or I'm not sure exactly what he's going to do. But these Lings are poking at this pylon, but the Mothership Core is just going to clear out these Lings. Here's more Lings coming across. What is he doing?
Yeah, I mean, this is a little odd. It's possible that he might go into Burrowed Roach, but I don't see that being viable. I mean, that's just a very odd way to go about it. And there is the overcharge. Lings having to get out of the way. The photon overcharge is going to work, pushing away even this Overlord off on the side. But Lings dying left and right.
Well, Panda
and he breaks it.
Oh, he breaks it and he gets in. Oh, and this has got to be game for Vampy Worm. I mean, Vampy Worm's not going to be able to do much after this. All he had... Oh, look at... He buried it... Oh, look, I don't know if you noticed. He buried the Ling right here... Or already exited out of the game. But he buried it right where that pylon would have been again to prevent Vampy Worm from rebuilding the pylon. I mean, maybe that's what he was doing. Maybe that's why he went Burrow, so that way he could stop the wall from being rebuilt.
That's a really interesting use of it. So definitely good to see coming from Panda Bear Me. And that was relatively quick. 4 minutes, 1 second.
Yeah, and it was just he went 3 bases. It was so weird. Like I said before, Panda Bear Me just makes no sense what he does and why he does it. He went 3 bases and then rushed in. Like he rushed off of technically 1 base. He didn't even have that second base barely saturated, So I just, like I said, Panda Bear Me just throws me for a loop sometimes with what he does and why he does it.
Yeah. So popping over to the bracket real quick, guys, we do have Matisse hanging out in the round of 16. We have Orion, Dark, Snake, and not the Dark that you guys know. It's Brazilian or Mexican. That's not. Hold on. Give me a second. He's from Bolivia. Okay. Wow. Those are. I mean, it's green, yellow, and red. So, whoops. We got Matisse, Nettie, Orion, Dark, Snake, Paradox, Tails, Simon, Scam, Nero, Greenert, and then our match between Vampy and Panda Bear Me. And I mean, so far, Panda Bear Me is looking really good.
Yeah, Panda Bear Me is a very strong Zerg player, and I hope Vampy Worm can take it. I don't like it when players get sweeped. I mean, I don't mind either way. But I just, especially since I personally know Vampy Worm, I want him to do well. But Panda Bear Me is just so weird with this build. And here's, we're loading it on King's Age on Station. It's just going to be another weird build, I think, from Panda Bear Me. He's just going to do something different that Vampy Worm is just not ready for.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. I mean, the mind games that Panda Bear Me was just throwing down, I mean, I think anybody would have been confused without further scouting. And Vampy Worm, unfortunately, didn't have that further scouting because that probe did get saved. However, Draven, please do the introductions.
Sure. So spotting in our top position from Team Ascension is our teal Protoss player, down one in this series. It is Vampy Worm.
And spawning in the bottom right corner, representing Root Gaming, it's the Green Zerg up 1-0 in this best of 3. It's Panda Bear Me. I am going to set my camera to yours. There we go.
Yeah, I try to do my best with that. I have the WCS 2.2 observation thing on, so I have no idea on the controls on that.
Yeah, all of them are a little bit weird, especially trying to learn it after coming back after a while. But
Yeah.
I mean, hey, it's a learning experience, and we're here to have fun. So I think that's probably one of the most important things. As long as we have fun, and the people in chat are having fun too. So it's pretty solid. But with these intros, no. The hell's the beginning of the game? Oh goodness. What is the beginning of the game called?
The
opening. That's it. These openings.
I was like, it's called the beginning of the game.
Yeah, it's been a day.
Not a problem. So we do see from Panda Bear Me, he did go hatch before pool. Not a problem with that. He's going to get speed links coming out. And we do notice that Vampy Worm decided to go Gateway before Nexus. And then, Nexus before Gateway. So he's going to be slightly delayed. He only has enough gas. He might be able to get the Cybernex core out in time. But there's going to be a couple links coming down from Panda Bear Man. If you notice, he is not producing a lot. He's only producing 2. So he doesn't look like he's going to try to go for any kind of aggression. But if you look at Vampy Worm's base, that is definitely enough room for Lings to get in. If it looks like that's just enough room for Lings to get in. So we might see another kind of upset where Lings get in at the last second.
Yeah, see, I mean, if Panda Bear Me did another super fast aggression, actually it looks like he's going for almost the exact same build. He might actually have a pretty good chance of getting in. We do have 2 adepts that are being chronoed out right away. Mothership Core is also underway, and we do have a few Lings heading over to the base of Vampy, so we are going to see if that little crevice is small enough to get through.
Yeah,
for the Lings.
It'd be interesting to see what happens with these adepts. If they shade away and those Lings get in, I mean, that's going to cause a lot of problems. Not to mention that Panda Bear Me is researching Burrow yet again, and that's going to be done here in the next few minutes, or in the next few seconds. And so I'm interested to see what he's going to do with that. I mean, the Lings are coming in. They're going to try to get a surround on the adept. They don't get all the way in. And so it's forcing him to come out. He's going to try to attack the pylon. Python might get photon overcharge, and it is. And he's just going to focus down the pylon. Stop any kind of damage. And he gets the surround on the adepts, and these adepts are going to drop. Both of them are going to drop. These speedlings are coming in, taking down all the probes, and Vampy Worm lost his entire natural probe line, and he's just kind of controlling it. I think Vampy Worm is just going to be stuck on one base. We do see an Oracle coming out from the Stargate, but look at all these links streaming across the map.
Yeah, unfortunately, those links are going to get caught up at the ramp, so they are going to go down eventually. But that adept does go down. Ooh, and another one pops out just in time. Vampy Worm probably got one of the luckiest shots. I feel like he should be working on the natural instead of on that one adept because he's just going to have more and more. But we do have an Oracle coming down, and it's going to scare off these links. And I mean, right now, that pretty much ruins Panda Bear Me's aggression.
Yeah, it definitely stops it, but at the same time, Vampire Worm is so far behind now that there's really not much he's going to do. All Panda Bear has to run with the lings yet again, and that's exactly what he's going to do. And it's going to stop Vampire Worm from mining yet again. And this Oracle is going to come in, doesn't have enough energy. It's going to be like, it's enough energy to probably kill off the rest of these lings. But I don't know if he wants to waste it on that because I think he knows that there might be more aggression. So he wants to see if the Mothership Core could, how much damage the Mothership Core can do before he uses the energy out of that Oracle.
Oh yeah, for sure. These things are going to try and jump up just one more time. Unfortunately, getting knocked back. But Vampy Worm actually he has lost 8 workers so far, and he's been denied so much mining time from that natural. Pandemir, he just took a third. He's just casually like, okay, let's get a third. Let's get things going, and he's really gonna be slamming for that mid game.
And we do see 2 oracles coming across the map. Panda Mermaid did have the good overlord position to scout that lings are running in. Going to try to attack that mineral line of Vampy Worms. Not going to get that much damage in. But here comes the oracles. Got 2 queens and a spore crawler. And Vampy Worm is not going to do that much damage. I mean, he gets 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I mean, he's doing a lot of drone damage, but he's going to lose both oracles. I don't know if it was worth it. I mean, he did get 6 drone counts if I count it correctly. 7 drone counts if I count it correctly, which is great. But he lost 2 oracles in that process, and now he doesn't have really anything to go on. I mean, he has a lot of adepts, which is great. But as you can see, Panda Bear burrowed one of the lings, so he has full vision of all this.
Ooh.
And an oracle drops a revelation and gets
that was interesting. So I mean, in comparison, at the end of the day, looking at what did end up happening out of that, Vampy Worm is still rather behind. Panda Bear came out on top. I mean, yeah, again, he lost 7 drones, but Vampy still lost another one, but Vampy also lost a lot more mining time, and so that definitely is going to hurt him in the long run. Panda Bear actually needing to get the defense up because we do have another Oracle coming in at that third base. It's just going to get pushed back.
Yep, and behind this, Panda Bear takes a 4th base in front of Vampy Worm. So Vampy Worm knows that he is not only behind by 1 base, he's behind by 2 bases. And, you know, as a Protoss player, you being on par with the Zerg player on bases, that's no big deal. Being down 1, it's kind of normal. Being down 2 is you need to start doing something quick and start doing some damage even quicker. I mean, Panda Bear doesn't even have a lair. Oh, he's building one, but he doesn't have one. I mean, he's just doing this with lings. He's zoning out Vampy Worms so well from this map with just pure speed links. Vampy Worms shades, or excuse me, adepts unshade, push out it, and Vampy Worm needs to take this 3rd base in order to stay in the game. He cannot afford not to.
Yeah, and here comes the probe, just about to set down the 3rd, but we do have the Oracle coming and trying to do a little bit more economic damage. He does get pushed away by that Spore Crawler, and I mean, Panda Bearmy's defense is just looking super duper solid. He's making a lot more queens and spores. Queens and spores, that's all that's happening.
Yeah, basically, we do see that Baneliness went down as soon as I said that speed upgrade is going for the Baneliness, so it looks like Panda Mermaid is just going to try to zone him out with the +2 melee weapons, and then any Oracle gets killed and completely missed that. 4 queens on the Spore Crawler takes down that last little bit Oracle. So it looks like Panda Mermaid is just going to try to rip in with just a lot of Banes on the landing on top of the Adept. It's just going to be like the Legacy of the Void opening where those Banes crash against the Adepts.
Yeah, Vampy trying to get a good scout off. I mean, he's only saying there's a ton of queens, and he is going to catch these banelings a little bit, so Vampy is getting a good idea of exactly what's going to be happening and what he's going up against, but in the meanwhile, these lings from Panda Bear have to be careful. A handful of them getting sniped. There's only 1 surviving of that little run-by group, but these queens are just, they're getting ready for war.
There's a lot of queens in this army to prevent any kind of oracles, possibly phoenixes from coming in or just doing any kind of weird, slight damage to it. We do see a Spire about to finish up for Panda Bear Me, so it looks like he's probably going to try to jump into some mutas. It's an excellent play to do. You convinced your opponent to go as many adepts as possible to think it's going to be like this aggressive Ling rung by, and what happens is he switches to Spire and then gets mutas out, and the adepts obviously can't do anything against the mutas, and it's just going to give him a really bad day, especially since there's no anti-air anywhere. There's oracles, which doesn't shoot up, Mothership Core again, adepts. This army is 100% anti-ground, and Panda Bear Me is going to have a lot of anti-air, especially with these mutas coming out here in a second. Banes, huge. Where's the Banes? Where are they at? Oh, they're there. So a lot of Banes getting morphed in at the moment, going to come try to fight this army against all these adepts and immortals. I mean, here's a Vampire Worm's army. He needs to do as much damage to this as possible.
Yeah, and right now, Panda Bear Me is actually splitting up his army. He's trying to get a good positioning on this. The oracles are looking like they're getting prepped for, some vision getting. But it looks like they're just going to go straight in there. Everything is going to get surrounded. These banelings are going to get amazing hits, and the queens are just going to go tear through everything. And Vampy Worm GG's.
And GG gets called, and Panda Bear takes it 2-0. I mean, he kind of put himself in that bottleneck, and those Banes just completely ran over everything. That was fun to watch.
Yeah, Panda Bear Me, he got that really good positioning, and he had so many queens that those adepts really don't mean too much to that. And it was a little bit, it was very hurtful to watch those. I mean, those banelings just steamroll through.
Yeah, that was quite interesting. This queens, like you said, there was a crap ton of queens. I didn't get the last count of it, but it looked like there was at least 9 queens for that entire match. Just destroyed the oracles, and the Banes did the rest, like we thought was going to happen, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see. Let's try to get another game going. I'm going to take a look at the brackets. I mean, we should see a lot more. So Vampy Worm takes out, or Panda Bear moves forward to the quarterfinals. We do see Massis and Nettie, Orion, and Siegfried. Siegfried's another amazing player. Dark and Snake, Paradox, Mystic, Tails, Simon. So it doesn't look like there's any updates yet, but I'm pretty sure in the next 5-10 minutes these updates will go through, and quarterfinals will definitely be shown. So as we're waiting, I just want to take a quick thank you to ESL and everyone that's been helping out with this amazing event. If you guys wish to follow the channel, just hit that follow button. If you want to do the casters is apostrophe casters, or exclamation point casters. I am Draven, and I'm casting Arthithius. And hopefully we get another game going for you guys. Don't want to take too many breaks in this. Let's see. Oh, nothing. Just watching chat, and someone was talking about the Adur comment.
Oh.
That was pretty funny. Because I forgot Adur was in the chat, so I was like, "Who the hell's Adur?" I was like, "Oh yeah." So it looks like there's a couple people in the chat that are here. So I wonder if they're just like what they're waiting for, or what is going on, why they aren't playing, all that stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it's possible.
Is Pepe
I don't know.
and B-Lord not here? Pepe's available. Anyways, let's hopefully start pestering the admins to try to get some games going. I really don't want to throw it to a break. I mean, I really don't have a break screen either.
Yeah, that's fair.
I have no idea how to mute it, so we would just hear us talking the whole time.
Yeah, I mean, well, we just have to mute our mics. But let's see. It looks like... Yeah, everyone seems to be around, but... Hold on, let me just minimize that. I need to manage my chat screens because I didn't know what the hell was going on over here.
I want to drop the group. I need to drop the group. So that way they can invite us and they don't get any errors.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, anything to make it easier for them. Yeah. But ladies and gentlemen, if you did not just see, and if you're just now joining us, Panda Bear Me just 2-0'd Vampy Worm. Vampy Worm just 2-0'd General Hein. It's been a lot of 2-0 so far, so it's possible that we're just going to have 2-0s up until the end of the tournament. And that's completely guessing. That's in no way a serious thought.
Yeah, no idea. But let's instead of killing time, I'm gonna put on some random rock music or what's good? Rock music, techno music.
I think most rock music is unfortunately copyrighted, so
it would just mute the
in the VOD.
Yeah, it would just mute the video part. I don't think it doesn't mute the whole thing. I think it just mutes the part that it was.
Right. Well, I mean that's fine. Then do whatever you want. It's your stream.
I'm gonna heat up some water and while we wait, and then I'm gonna throw it to like a break screen, and then I'm gonna try to mute my mic. And then I'll be back in like 2 minutes. Okay?
Sounds good.
Cool.
Well, then that said, we are going to take a 2-minute break, you guys. Thank you guys for hanging out. Please bear with us as we do get some other games going for you. We will be working on doing that while we are away. So, this is the America's Open number 94. Thank you for hanging out. Oop, not muted. Trying to mute.
Fuck you. Not gonna listen to you.
mitten auf dem Weg zum Mond. Ist nicht so weit und ist unbewohnt. Bist du dabei, wir nehmen alle mit. Feiern im Orbit. Wir sind Kometenreiter, wir schweben immer weiter. Schneller durch die Galaxie.
Meine Sachen suchen, meine Tasche packen, meiner Crew sagen, wo es lang geht, denn es kommt drauf an, wo der Mond grad steht. Schloss checkt, alles sind an Bord, die Leute sind bereit für einen fetten Ort und wir fliegen los mit Überschall, geradeaus sind auf dem Weg ins All. Ja.
Wir sind Kometenreiter, wir schweben immer weiter. Schneller durch die Galaxie. Wir sind Kometenreiter, wir schweben immer weiter. Schneller, wir kommen auf den Mond.
Sorry for that extended break. Unfortunately, one of the casters had to take off, and we're still trying to get into game. The quarterfinals are finally getting underway, so we'll be able to check it out. If you guys want to check out the brackets, currently we have the quarterfinals finishing up, or excuse me, filling up. So we do see that Simon and Nero go into the quarterfinals. Matiz versus Siegfried also goes into the quarterfinals. So hopefully we get those games up and running for you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in, sticking with the delay. I know it's really frustrating when you guys watching a tournament. You guys really want to just get the games going, watch the games and all that. But you know, we're waiting on the players. So still trying to get a little last bit of these players up and ready. The freak is that? So it looks like we're actually going to get Matiz and Siegfried. Now, I don't remember, I forget, he corrected me on his name, and now I'm so bummed that I completely forgot what he, what he calls himself. I believe it's Siegfried. What is that little ninja? So thank you guys so much and everything. If you guys remember from, hit the wrong button. If you guys remember from last time, here's a little thing, a little Rubik's Cube that I was working on last night when I was casting. So thank you so much for those guys that have been with me since then. I appreciate it very much, seeing the support from you guys so far. If you guys want, please support the channel. Please just throw me the follow on Twitter and Twitch, or just share me on Twitter or Twitch. I mean, that's what I appreciate the most when it comes to followers. So thanks so much, guys, that have been showing your support so far through everything. It's been absolutely amazing. Hopefully we'll get the game going. They're doing their vetoes now. Like I said before, this is the ESL America Open Cup number 94, guys. Holy smokes, how many more can you get? 94. I mean, that's just absolutely amazing. Oh yeah, there's going to be the super moon out tonight. That's going to be kind of cool. Straight ripping, what is he doing? Just doing stuff. Cool. Oh, there we go. Getting that invite to the game. Cool, cool, cool. I have to watch that Velo video later. So it looks like the games are going to be started. Thanks, guys, again so much for tuning in through everything. Make sure you like, follow, share, all the good stuff on Twitter. Get this channel going with these matches because we have so many great matches ahead and so many great matches to continue to do. We are fighting for the semifinals. This is going to be Matiz versus Siegfried. And let's be jumping into it right now. So spawning in our bottom right position, we have our blue Zerg player from Dust Gaming. It is Matiz. Matiz. Spawning in our top position, it is our gold Protoss player from Rival Gaming. It is Siegfried. Or Siegfried. Pretty sure he pronounces it Siegfried. I do not remember. Someone is going to have to correct me. And also, I forget all the freaking commands for this. So this is my first time observing. I'm really sorry, guys, if it's completely terrible. That is not my intentions. I've casted Siegfried before. He have played in the Filthy Weeklies and other cups as well. So I'm super familiar with him. Both players aren't really doing any kind of weird or funky builds that would for me to have alarm. And man, solo casting again. I must really like solo casting. So Siegfried gets a scout going. Nothing too extreme going for either player. Both have pretty similar builds in terms of just very cautious. Siegfried notices that it's only 2 bases, so Matiz might be going for like a kind of early roach push or some kind of thing. But you know, you see Gas going in, but Gas is so late from the spawning pool. I just think that Matiz just is going to get just enough to make a few roaches and just kind of push in that way. Spawning pool does finish for Matiz. Matiz again just coming out with the queens. I'm like, he's not really doing much. A decent wall from Siegfried. Just gonna have the see. This is what really sucks about this. I can't figure out what I'm doing. I can't figure out if this is what this building is. Third base going down from Matiz. Matiz just being mellow. He's really not doing much. I mean, he's got a couple queens, sure, coming out, but he has 0 lings. I mean, he just knows that there's really not much to worry about. So doesn't look like he's in any kind of rush right now. He just looks like he's just kind of chilling. He's mellow. Thank you guys so much for liking and following this channel. I appreciate it so much. You guys have no idea how much it means to me to see people in my channel of me just being able to cast. I know there's plenty of other people you'd rather watch, but I appreciate that you're watching me. You have no idea. I love it very much. You guys just keep it up because I appreciate it. Tripped me out for a second. I thought Maynard ended up following me, but he sent me a message on Twitter. Hashtag dream killed. So we do see lings coming across the map. Speed upgrade is on the way for these speedlings. but they're not going to get far. I mean, I think they're going to try to attack the Stalker, and they might get the surround on the Stalker, but there's an adept there, and adept's two-shot Zerglings. I mean, they're completely super, I don't call them overpowered, because Zergs love to say that things are overpowered, but they're super beefy. Roach Warren does finally go down, but again, Matiz is only on one gas. He's not going to have that much in terms of building for roaches. Got some hot tea. It is kind of cold out here in Idaho. That's where I just moved to. For those of you who do not know, that's where I'm at now. I moved straight out of California to Idaho because I just got recently married and all that good stuff. Roach Warren does finish, and Larry's in the works. And do see the gas going down from Matiz, but he just has such a weird basic build. I mean, it's just from both players, they're playing so defensively, and they don't necessarily need to. We got 2 more gateways coming down from Siegfried, so it looks like it's going to be some kind of warp play. Lings are kind of pushing at the doorstep of Siegfried. Hit the wrong button. Uh-oh. I have the hiccups, and hiccups on stream is like the worst thing to have. Ling does see that Siegfried is going to go for this third base, so Matiz needs to figure out what to do. He needs to figure out something. I mean, these roaches aren't going to be enough to attack that base, but he can't settle for being behind on third base. His overseer's coming in, is going to check out the gateways. It does not see these oracles. I don't think he realizes that those oracles are going to come in right into his base. I mean, there is a couple queens, but that's not going to be enough. There is one spore crawler, but again, that's not going to be enough. I think Siegfried thinks that these oracles were spotted, and now he just goes, okay, I have to send them across the map. And these oracles are going to do a lot of damage, especially to these front ones, because they're going to take out these queens. And here they go. Let's see how much damage it's going to do. And they're going to just focus down one queen. One queen goes down, second queen goes down. And there they go. They're going to start attacking these drones. And this might be game ending. Matiz just has nothing to counter these with. I mean, there is a spore crawler there. That's great. But these oracles just doing so much damage. Now he sees that there's roaches coming. And here's the swell of roaches coming at the start. Ling's going and attacking that adept. Adept does get killed, but here it comes. The roaches are coming in right after these adepts. But Photon Overcharge does land on top of this pylon. Both of them get pushed down, and these roaches get pushed all the way back, and this void pushes this army. And Siegfried defends really well after delivering just a huge blow to Matiz. Matiz doesn't really know what to do for right now. He's going to the Infestor, which makes me think he's going to try to go for Infestors from the Infestor pit, or maybe just wants to upgrade all the way to Hive. Hot tea. Here comes Oracles. On the left side, there's a lot of spore colonies now. These Oracles probably won't be able to do as much damage as they originally wanted to. However, the main base of Matiz is completely undefended. Here comes Oracles coming in. They're going to try to see what they see. This spore colony is attacking that Oracle, doing a lot of damage to it. But again, Matiz really doesn't have that much in the way of anything. You did see 4 Infestors coming out, so I'm assuming he's going to try to do that. I don't know what he's going to try to do with it. Get some fungal growths into it. But these Oracles just being super annoying, flying around. Kind of zoning out Matiz. I don't think he realizes that Matiz took a 4th base from behind this. So Siegfried is kind of falling behind a little bit, but look how many voids that is. That is a lot of voids into that base, and there's nothing. There is no anti-air Matiz has. I mean, he does, yes, have Infestors, but I mean, Infestors and what? I mean, there's nothing really here to support those Infestors. Aspire does get dropped from Matiz and a Baneling Nest, so it looks like he's going to try to transition either into Corruptors or Mutas, mixing with Zergling Banelings. 3 Oracles coming across the map. Again, they're just going to try to tag the army. Put some Revelation on the army. and he gets a lot of it, but at the same time he loses a Oracle, but there's a lot of queens are going here to spread as much creep as possible. Oracle getting pushed all the way back, as far back as he can. Voids are kind of just hanging out here. There is a lot of voids in this army. And it looks like Siegfried is now going to go for that 4th base. And Matiz is going for a 5th pick. I mean, he needs to do something to stay ahead of this game. And 5th base is kind of where he needs to be at. Speed upgrade starting for the Banelings, and the +1 melee upgrade for the Zerg as well. Meanwhile, Siegfried is going for the range upgrade for the Protoss units at the same time. So they're kind of on the same keel in the terms of upgrades, but just not. Look at all these mines. I forget what these things are called, man. I very rarely see people use them. But here's some chain links coming in the base, and it's going to be completely attacked. Oracle's looking around to see if there's any bases around, any undefended bases that he can attack. He doesn't notice that Matiz took that 5th base. And here's the Spore Crawler right there. He's going to try to do as much damage as he can. And he lands right on top of these queens. And that's going to be, he's going to lose 1 Oracle, loses all the Oracles, and that's a little bit last of the harassment from Siegfried, at least with the Oracles, unless he makes more. But right now he's just working on the Voids. And he's got the High Templars in here as well, mixed in with the Adepts. It's so hard to tell the difference sometimes, just because both of them have those cloaks. I mean, yes, they move a little differently, so I know one of you guys were about to say that. Chainlink spots the Archon, the Void, and the High Templars. So Matiz really needs to start working on getting his army back up. I mean, yes, they technically have the same army supply, but his army is not as strong. He needs to get that going. Greater Spire is being morphed in from Matiz, so he's going to turn all these Corruptors into Broodlords, since he is dealing with like a pretty heavy ground army. I mean, but I don't think he realizes there's voids in this army. Those Broodlords are just going to get completely destroyed once that finishes. So maybe he's just going to try to attack the voids and then morph from there. But he's got a mothership. Holy Kalitos, Siegfried's got a mothership. And that's going to be problems because there's no detection with this army. These Corruptors are going to go fly right into nothing. They might try to focus down the mothership core. He does see that it's there. Corruptors now getting spotted from Siegfried's army. Siegfried is doing everything he can to try to chase around this army. Matiz sees these Adepts, but he's not attacking them. He completely ignored them, unfortunately. Here comes Ravengers and Roaches. The upgrades aren't exactly there yet for Matiz, but here come Broodlords are coming into this, and there's going to be all these queens to support this fight as well. I don't think he realizes. Look, he's got Voids and Tempests into this fight as well. There's going to be a huge air fight here, and there's just not enough Corruptors. I don't think there's enough anti-air either. Matiz definitely needs way more than what he has to fight this army. A couple Adepts coming in. You know, focusing down, getting some drone kills. I'm like, great there, but I just don't know what Siegfried is going to, or what Matiz has to offer in terms of this fight. I mean, yes, he's going to probably, there's a couple Adepts coming in, seeing this army, knowing that the army is there, but there's High Templars into this fight as well. Those Adepts just getting a good shot off. I thought there was Disruptors for a second. And Mothership Core is still in this fight. They got the Lings here on the north side. That's a huge cannon little puzzle. And disengaging those little mine things. And look at these. I mean, Mattis is just at the doorstep. I mean, Siegfried really needs some kind of damage. Tempest gets some good shots on the Corruptor. The Corruptors are going in, is going to try to do as much damage as they can to the Spore Crawling. Broodlords are into this fight as well. Corruptors are coming in, and look at that. Broodlords take down the pylon, and here comes the Corruptors. Corruptors are going to go on top of this Void army. A couple fungal growths, but look at the storms. Storms landing on top of the Corruptors, but the transfuses going off, and there's so much Corruptors and so much transfuses going down as well. And I don't know if this is going to be enough army to survive. Matiz is losing his queens, he's losing his Ravengers, and there's just so much Tempest. There's still 8 Tempests left, and that he completely lost his entire army, but he's going to remax with 30 Corruptors from behind this. He's going to do everything he can to survive it, but there's only Tempest left in this fight. He got rid of that entire ground army. There's so many transfuses going off, so many storms. But look at this, there's so many just Spore Crawlers, and there is going to be 25 Corruptors and Links into this fight, and he got the +1 upgrade, or actually +2 upgrade for these air army. And like, he lost the Mothership Core. He didn't lose the Mothership Core. The Mothership Core just backed down a little bit, and there's more Tempest coming out from Siegfried. Siegfried is just doing everything they can to knock down the Zerg. The Zerg is attacking as much as they can. It looks like he's trying to focus down the Tempest, but the Tempests aren't dropping. Mothership Core finally drops. Look at all these Corruptors. Corruptors are now attacking the Tempests. Tempests are dropping like flies. There is so much Corruptors into this army, but that's all he has. All he has is his Corruptors. He's fighting on top of the cannons now, which is not the smartest idea, but he's getting rid of all the Tempests. There's only going to be 3 more Tempests left, and he's going to have so much anti-air. Menace is just clearing out the air. The last little bit of Broodlords has finished up. Stalkers are getting warped in as well, and the Stalkers are going to clear up the Corruptors, and Corruptors takes off. And look at this huge swell of supply. Almost 40 Lings are here to try to do as much damage as they can, but that's going to be it. I mean, both players are kind of floating minerals, but Madness has a little bit of the supply advantage, but that is it. Lings and Banes are coming in as well, and more Broodlords. I mean, once you get rid of the anti-air, 2 Tempests are in it, and the Broodlords are going to do so much damage against this army. But, I mean, there's really not much else he's going to be able to do. The Spore Crawlers are going to try to just move forward, get him out of the way, seize the army that he needs to see. 5 bases for Dusk. At the same time, oh, here comes the Probes. The Probes are just getting completely destroyed by these Lings that are there. And Corruptors are coming in, trying to do as much damage as they can. Broodlords launching their Spawnlings, killing as many of the Stalkers as possible. The Adepts are getting the good scout off. But these Banes, he just needs more Banes. I don't know what he's going to try to do. But his Dust is just pushing forward yet again, trying to, and I almost spilled my tea, trying not to be bottlenecked. As you can see, he's only got 4 bases. He's mined out of his first one. He's mined out of his second one. He's almost mined out of his third one. And he just needs to clear out these Lings and get this 4th base up and running. Mattis knows that this army is going on the south side, so he just looks like he's just going to go over for a base trade. I mean, that's basically what's about to happen right now. It's just one big, massive base trade. Corruptors are coming in. Oh, and that's it. I mean, he's about to lose this entire base. He's out of position. He's going to try to take his army attacking this, but he doesn't have enough of his army to attack with. He needs all of his army to be able to attack this. I mean, we do see these Queens taking out the Void, which is great. Transfuses going off, but here comes the rest of the army. The Lings are going to come right up to the base. The Banes are coming in. He's going to do so much damage to these Stalkers. Stalkers are taking a lot of damage, and there's just nothing left here from Siegfried. Siegfried is still doing a good job baiting out the rest of the Lings, but the Corruptors are taking off, and the Broodlords are taking off as well. I think he just realizes he did as much damage as he can. Bane's landing on top of these Stalkers, and more Lings coming out. Got the +3 upgrade for the melee finishing up for the Stalkers, and this is a lot of Broodlords coming across the map with its Corruptors. I don't know if Siegfried is going to be able to hold this. I mean, with this much Broodlords, he's got no anti-air, lost his Stalker count, and he's broke. He's so broke, he can't make that much more left. He's getting 1 more Adept, and that's it. These Broodlords are going to have a field day with this, and Lings are going across the map and completely going to destroy this base, and this is going to be it. I don't know if Siegfried is going to be able to recover from it, especially with these Lings coming in. Lings coming in, destroying that base at the same time. Broodlords are knocking on the doorstep of Siegfried, and I think game number 1 is going to go to Mattis. Siegfried tried his best, but Mattis was just pushing forward, slowly but surely converted over to these Corruptors and Broodlords, and it looks like that's going to be game. There's nothing left for Siegfried at this moment. He's just kind of biding time. I mean, there's a lot of Stalkers here with this. Broodlords, Head Templars are with this army, but there's really nothing left from it. I just don't know what he's going to be able to do at this point. There's a lot of Corruptors, a lot of Broodlords into this army. Mattis is completely supply capped. He's not going to be able to do more. He's making more Banes, sure, but that's kind of all he's going to be able to do. High Templars are coming in. He's going to try to land onto these Broodlords. The Broodlords are extremely slow moving. So these Broodlords are just taking off the third base of Siegfried. And I don't know what necessarily Siegfried is waiting for. Maybe he thinks if he gets a couple good High Templar shots that he will be able to change the pace of this game. But these Lings and Banes are coming in, going to try to attack all these cannons. I mean, that's just a huge cannon army to try to fight against. And here comes the Broodlords. The Broodlords are doing everything they can to clear out the rest of this army, but these are Stalkers and High Templars in this. And the High Templars might drop the Storms, and the Banes are coming in, trying to do as much damage as they can. These Banes are landing some great shots on top of these Stalkers. And there's really not much left he's going to be able to do. I mean, there's High Templars here that might drop some Storms on it, but that's it. The last little bit of Banes coming out, Storms dropping. But look at all these Chainlings, or excuse me, the Broodlings, do as much damage as they can, and that's going to be it. There's really not much left for Siegfried to do except bow out. I mean, I know he's trying his hardest, but GG gets called, and Dust takes game number 1 in a very, very, basically an aggressive fashion. I mean, that's exactly what he needed to do in order to win, was just push forward as much as he can, just like that. Oh, I just realized how incredibly harder it is to cast with when you're solo casting. The caster that I did had to take off. He had an emergency, so I'm back to solo casting. To give you guys an update, we do have Simon taking out Neuro and moving forward against Panda Bear Me. Panda Bear Me taking out Peppy, so that's the first semifinals. And then we do have Snake and Mystic fighting for the quarterfinals. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Draven. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. This is the StarCraft 2 America Open Cup number 94 on the ESL Play. This is an open tournament anyone could play. Make sure you guys sign up. It happens every week. First place winner goes on with 50 bones. So might as well get some 50 bones, get some games casted, and get going. Let me make sure I got everything set up. So got game number 2 coming in for you guys, ladies and gentlemen. I'm super excited for this. I mean, both these players are super good. These guys are fighting for the finals. Let me check out the bracket. If you guys ever want to check out the bracket, it's just exclamation point bracket, I bracket, or whatever it's called, into the chat. So this is these guys are fighting for the semifinals. So this is going to be game number 2, with Mattis taking game number 1. I lied. There we go. So this is on Deuce Gettysburg. So spawning in the bottom left, this is our blue Zerg player from Dust Gaming. It is Mattis. Or Mattiz. Mattiz. Mattis. No one's corrected me yet. And spawning on our bottom right, it is our gold Protoss down a game from Rival Gaming. It is Siegfried. And here's an interesting play coming from Mattis. What is he going to do? Why is this drone going way up here? Is he going to proxy hatch? Oh, that'd be so gold if he proxy hatches. I don't know what he was doing. Oh, he's going to proxy hatch here. This is creative. I haven't seen this, especially not on this map. He's going to proxy hatch here, put some spines, and knock on the doorstep of Siegfried. Siegfried has no idea this is here. For a second, I thought he was going to move up to take the... I haven't switched the scenes. Guys, I'm a scrub. And the ESL logo is too dark on this map. Either way, I didn't realize he was going to do this. So double gas into spawning pool. Double gas. I wonder if he's just going to go try to go roaches. Siegfried! What? How did he scout that? How did he scout that? I mean, whatever. That is a very interesting scout that he would be able to even think of doing that. Because I think, but, so he does see it's coming. He's going to build more gateways on behind this. Cybernetics core and a gateway. He wants to see as much damage he could do from this spawning pool. I think he's going to make roaches and just try to push as much roaches as he can. Mattis is off of one base. I mean, he did get scouted. I don't know if he realizes he did get scouted at all. Spawning pool goes down. Here comes the roaches. Roaches coming in. And a zealot. From here, he needs to make a queen out of this one. And a couple drones. And lings. That's what he needs to do. He needs to get the lings. And build spines. As many spines and a spore crawler as possible. And get that up and running. And we do have a probe and a zealot coming out. Another second zealot coming out and a stalker. And it's going to be really hard for him to keep this up, especially with needs to have a drone, but there's no drones. Roach Warren is about to finish. And Matisse is swimming in a lot of gas. So he's going to be able to pump out a lot of roaches right now. We've got 3 roaches coming out. But that's not going to be anywhere near enough with the mothership core. He needs to turn these into Ravengers and do as much damage as he can. We do see lings coming across the map. For some reason, he goes that path instead of going down the middle. I'm not too sure. Stalkers coming in, and the mothership core. I mean, it's kind of leaving this completely undefended right now. So roaches are going to try to do as much damage as they can, but not nearly enough that he needs. And unfortunately, I think this is going to be a game. I don't know what Mattis is going to be able to do from this. He's got 2 roaches coming out. That's great, but I don't know what he's planning on doing. He's just, the Ravengers are doing such a great job, but the corrosive bile, there you go, first photon overcharge. I mean, he's not going to have enough for one more, so he needed that photon overcharge to do as much damage as possible. And what a great bait! Oh, he almost got the hit. There's 2 more hits. This queen's going to take out the mothership core, and that is it. There's going to be no photon overcharges left from Siegfried. This is going to be the chance for Mattis to win. Mattis really needs to get going and get as much damage as he can. Another Ravager coming in, and the queen's going to have just enough for a transfuse. Taking out the last zealot. The zealot is doing as much damage as possible, but mothership core is on the way, and he's trying to take out the cybernetics core before it finishes the upgrade. I mean, this is going to be huge. If he picks it up before he finishes the upgrade, now Siegfried is going to be able to reinforce extremely quickly, and I think that was the last little bit of it. I think Mattis also needs to do a spine or some kind of pylon overcharge goes down, and the mothership core almost gets dropped yet again. I'm like, this is absolutely incredible. Don't set that queen up. You need that queen to stay alive. But I cannot believe how good these shots are from Mattis. And that's it. I mean, there's really nothing left that Siegfried could do other than just defend. I mean, he needs to defend as best he can and to stay as positive as possible. What he needs to do is just, let's see if he gets as much damage as he can. He's going to try to focus down the pump, and this cybernetics core does drop, but it's a little too late because now he lost, or now he still has that warp in upgrade. The mothership core is so far back that he's not going to be able to photon overcharge this, and he's going to land right on top of it. Oh, he completely almost missed the corrosive bile, still missing it just slightly. And I think Mattis is going to take this on, like photon overcharge it, does land, and it, oh my gosh, the mothership core does drop, and this is it. I mean, Mattis needs to push out a little bit more. I mean, stalkers are able to come in. Siegfried is only going to be able to warp in. Oh, he got the mothership core back, or he got the cybernetics core. He built another one. I mean, I think Mattis almost has it, but Mattis is broke. I mean, he's not going to be able to do much. I mean, yes, his queens are here, but that is it. And the more stalkers are coming in. It's just, I don't know what Siegfried is going to be able to do. He's just really, he's not broke, you know, as opposed to Mattis. Mattis is 100% broke. Transfusion going off, but completely missed it, went on top of the roach instead of going on top of the Ravager. And the Ravager is the more important unit at the moment. And Mattis needs to do something from behind this. I mean, Siegfried is maintaining. Yes, he's kind of behind, but he's just, you know, focusing down that Ravager. And I think this is going to be game. I don't know what Mattis is going to be able to do from this, and this is going to be it. Unless he converts and stays to the second base, and that'll be it. Robotics facility going down for Siegfried. Looks like he's going to try to branch into like a warp prism. I mean, that's kind of what he needs to do, is make the harassment as best he can. Tea is good. So these stalkers and adepts are just going to go for the base. They know there's no way that Mattis has that good a defense left. And so Mattis needs to have the defense hold of a lifetime, but I don't think he's going to get it. He only has 2 Ravengers and a Roach, and 2 Roaches and 4 Lings, and the Lings are completely on the other side of the map. I mean, this is going to be game. These Stalkers are just going to be way too much for Mattis to handle, and Siegfried is coming in with the Stalkers, but I just don't think he's going to be able to hold this. He's got a couple more Lings, sure. He's got 2 Roaches on the way, sure. He just focused down that Queen, made mincemeat of it. I just don't know what he's going to be able to do with it. The drone's trying to escape out of the way. But Mattis is just so far behind now, and Siegfried has 2 bases, and this is going to be it. Yes, there's 3 Roaches on the way, but I mean, that's it from Mattis. I don't think he's going to be able to hold it. And GG's probably going to be called for Mattis. I thought he had it at the beginning, but Siegfried is just slowly pulling ahead and just held that off so well. Just did such a great job holding it off. Speedling did finish for Siegfried, or excuse me, Mattis. She might be able to get some damage going, but just not enough. And sniping that hatchery, Mattis is now broke. He mined out almost the whole of his base. He's only on 14 drones. And we do see a secret base up here from Mattis, which might throw the game if Siegfried didn't just shade up and see it. And that's it. I don't know if Mattis is going to be able to hold it much longer. There's adepts into this base, into this army now. Unless they try to do a really weird, funky base trade. Of course, the Bow's going off, landing on top of his own army. Mattis is doing as best he can to focus down this, but here comes the War Prison. War Prison is going to warp in units, obviously. So Siegfried wins it. Mattis calls GG, and that is game number 2 going to Mattis. What a very cool, interesting set of games that we've had so far, ladies and gentlemen. It's been absolutely amazing so far to watch it, and just dang, man, that was just a crazy match. That was an absolute crazy match, and I'm trying to just let it shine on me. I feel alright. I feel alright. I feel alright. So as we set this game up, I'm gonna take a quick break to put some more hot water on the stove. So bear with me 1 second, guys. And I'm back. I just have to remember that I have hot water boiling. Because that would not be good. Alright, so guys, we're jumping into game number 3. This is going to be the quarterfinals for the North American ESL Cup number 94. We do see that we're watching currently the quarterfinals for Mattis and Siegfried. Snake and Mystic, Simon and Neuro, and Pepe and Pandemremy made it to the quarterfinals. And Simon beat out Neuro to go into the first semifinal match, and Pepe and Pandemremy, or excuse me, Pandemremy beat Pepe to be the second semifinals part. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you guys want to check out the brackets, always do that iBrackets. If you want to figure out who I am, iCaster. And I think iSocial, but iCaster and iSocial are the same thing. So, either way, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I appreciate you guys' support so far. Make sure you like, follow, support this channel. Follow me on Twitter. Follow ESL. Follow everyone that supports these tournaments. Thank you guys so much. Everything I love. I don't care for donations. You guys are more welcome to donate things. I just love the support of other people. That makes me the happiest. So, guys, this talk and chat. Follow me on Twitter. You're more welcome to say whatever you want. Thanks so much, guys. You are absolutely amazing. So let's jump into game number 3. Winner of this goes into the semifinal match. This is kind of match point for both players. Spawning in the top left position from Dust Gaming is the Blue Zerg player, Mattis. And spawning in the bottom right position from Rival Gaming, it is the gold Zerg, wow, the gold Protoss player, Siegfried. I remember he used to play in the Filthy Weekly Cups, and I used to slaughter his name. I slaughter a lot of people's names. Kel'Thuzir. I used to slaughter his name all the time, too. So Mattis is not doing anything cheeky this time. He's just going for a normal 2-hatch before anything build. Siegfried just going gassed and gateway at the same time. Nothing too... And I forgot to change the scene again! Gosh, I am such a noob. There we go. Sorry about that, guys. I suck. So far, both players aren't doing anything kind of cheeky. Siegfried is just kind of opening up, going to his Nexus. And from behind this, Mattis decides to go for a 3 base. Take his 3rd base at that gold. I mean, that gold is valuable real estate here on this map. So if he's able to get that up and running before Siegfried even sees it, then he'll be in great position. But I think Siegfried is going to walk right down into it. Nope, walk right past it. I think he's just trying to bait out something. Bait out a couple lings, bait out something. I'm not too sure exactly what he's trying to do. And end up being force field out, being chrono boosted out. And where are the lings? What? There we go. Siegfried is checking the gold base, and he's going to see that it is up and running. And now he goes, okay, you're on 2 bases, or excuse me, you're on 3 bases, one of which is gold. No big deal. Now he knows what to do with. Now he's going to branch right into the Templar Archives, and he's going to get, my assumption, he's going to get the upgrade for the adepts. I'm going to push really hard with these adept plays. The Mothership Core, excuse me, the Warp Gate research is starting for Siegfried. And we'll see what he's going to decide to do with all of this. Let's go a little translucent logo. I like that. His roots? Oh, roots is too. Maybe it's the team I'm on isn't. So we do see Mattis getting his speedling upgrade is about to finish. We also see the Overlord speed upgrade is about to finish as well. So maybe he's going to try to do some Bane drops. We don't see a Baneling nest, so we just see a Roach Warren. So not too sure exactly what he's going to try to do with this information. This Overlord is almost getting scouted. Upgrade just now finishes, and we do see the Dark Templar. This could be game ending. We saw earlier Vampy Worm taking out the General with 6 Dark Templars, and so Siegfried just really needs to see it, but Mattis flies right over it, and he clicks back and he's like, "Oh look, you have a Dark Templar, or a Dark Templar Shrine, Dark Shrine." Holy crap! I cannot speak. So he needs to start really thinking about branching into. He does start working on the lair. He needs to get Overseers out. He's already got the speed upgrade, so that's already perfect for him because he's got the speed upgrade, so the Overseers is going to be able to catch the Dark Templars. We do see a Warp Prison, or an Immortal, getting chrono boosted out from the robotics facility, and Charge Lot being researched as well. So the Dark Trine is finished, but I wonder if it was just there to make Mattis think he was going Dark Templars, because he doesn't have a proxy pylon anywhere. I mean, this unit is about to turn into one of those transporting units, and he's going to lift him up and try to land here, but that Stalker is just going to do so much damage to him. I don't think it's going to be worth it to him. Roaches are coming in. The speed upgrade just started for Mattis. Mattis is just now doing his... Like I said, he's going to try to do the elevator thing where you push him up. Now he's like the fat transporting unit guy, and he's going to fly right over the stalker. The stalker may not see it in time. He finally does, and he only needs a couple more hits off it, and she decides to back out, Mattis does, and fly away. See all the creep that's starting to spread now from Mattis. But behind all this, Siegfried takes the third base, third gold base for that matter. And we'll see what kind of strategy he has from this. We do see another robotics facility going down, which is absolutely funny. We do see the Roach's speed upgrade is about to finish, and Ravengers coming into play here. I mean, that's going to be such a good idea, especially against the Mothership Core, for how good Mattis' shots were last time. We do see 3 adepts coming in on the left-hand side, excuse me, the right-hand side of Mattis. It is being scouted, so I'm pretty sure he'll have plenty enough to deal with. But here comes the Roaches. The Roaches are going to be on top of it. He's going to focus down the Immortal. The Immortal pulls itself back. Corrosive Bile landing on top of nothing at the moment. And he blocks it off. The Mothership Core is going to be completely blocked away from this fight. Corrosive Bile landing on top of the Stalkers, doing 0 damage to it. Focusing down the Pylon. Pylon has the Pylon overcharge. 2 Immortals are into this fight to get focused down completely. And Mattis is just doing a phenomenal job at destroying this base. I mean, he's taking out all the probes. He's focused down this necklace. This nexus is 3 Ravengers trying to focus down the Stalkers. And it looks like he's going to be able to take this base. And he's going to take this base and either move out. Actually, he's just going to keep going with the attack. He's going to push up this ramp. These Stalkers are going to do everything they can to hold it back. And he clears a pathway. These Lings are getting in, taking out the Stalkers. A Warping coming in as they focus down the Pylon. He's going all the Corrosive Bile lands on top of the Adepts because the Adepts were warping in. So all of them losing all their shields. Pylon overcharged on the last Pylon, but the Pylon dies. Mothership Core has a lot of energy left, but look at the stream of units coming in. We've got Speedlings coming down as well, more Speedlings, got more Roaches coming out. On top of the 3 Stalkers and 2 Immortals coming out from Siegfried. Siegfried is just completely on the ropes right now. There's really not much he could do. He's taking so much damage. Mattis is just destroying him. Another Photon overcharge. They're just going to focus down the last Pylon. There's really not much Pylon left for Siegfried. Siegfried might actually get supply capped, as funny as that sounds. And look at this. Siegfried getting his 3rd base destroyed, and Mattis quickly destroys Siegfried in game number 3 and moves on to the semi-finals of the North American Cup StarCraft Opener number 94. So that was an amazing quick set of games, ladies and gentlemen. That was just... dang, that was cool. So Siegfried moves on to the semifinals. So I'm trying to check out the games for you guys, see what we have available. Siegfried just played, so he's out. Matt's just played, and he's in. And that's all it shows who's online. I don't know why no one else is showing that they're online, but hopefully we'll get to the bottom of it. So guys, I'm going to go on a quick break just because I know there's no games available. I'm going to play some music. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. If you guys don't, I'm sorry, kind of. But anyways, I'll be back, guys. Hopefully... Alright guys, so I'll be back. It's going to say like a 5-minute break. I can't really figure out the timers just yet. But it's going to be a little more than the timer says. Anyway guys, I'll be back. Thanks so much for tuning in. Follow me on Twitter. Follow me on Facebook if you want. Follow me on Twitch. I appreciate you all. I love to see the follows and the people in chat. Make sure you tweet about this. We got the finals coming up here shortly. So you tweet about it, put it on Reddit, upload it on Reddit, do the whole works. Yeah, guys, so thanks very much for tuning in. I'm going to go on a quick break. I'll be back. And it's going to be good. Is that better? Okay. And spawning in the top right position, it is our barcode, but he's technically Mystic, our barcode player, currently teamless. It is the light pink Terran player, Mystic. So here's a very interesting build placement from Mystic. Mystic is going to build the bunker, or excuse me, the barracks here. Probably do a supply depot and maybe a bunker right here. The reason why I say it's kind of an interesting position, because if you notice right here, you could break down these rocks here and sweep on this side. And you could also break down the rocks here, sweep in here. And you can also break down these rocks and sweep in here. So this is a very interesting building placement, just because it kind of limits your defense. I mean, if the Mattis decides to go any of those 3 other choke points, it would be very hard for Mystic to save it, basically, to be able to save himself. Sorry guys, I feel like I am talking too much or not enough. I had a co-caster, he had to take off, and I didn't realize it, but I got asked to cast last night, so I casted an Australian tournament. So I was up until like 6 a.m. my time, and then I had to be up at 8 a.m. for church, and I just got back to start this. So I've been kind of casting a long time today, which is great because I haven't casted in a long time. Anyways, so I'm super excited for it, and you guys, thank you so much for being in the channel. Make sure always just to throw that follow on the channel. I stream and cast as often as I possibly can. I do Overwatch as often as I possibly can. I appreciate you all very much. I do have a normal Monday through Friday job, so the weekends is my playtime, unless my wife's here, and then I can't play on the computer. So when my wife's not here, I love to cast. Mattis going in, seeing that it's just 2 barracks before any kind of command center. There's really nothing here for Mystic. Mystic is loading up on the gas, so he might be doing as much damage as he can with these lings, but more roaches are coming in. Mattis is going to have a lot of roaches behind this. As you can see, he's kind of banking up at the moment. He's going to be able to make at least 5 roaches. Well, once this roach warren is about to finish, there goes the roach warren is about to finish, and he gets 3 roaches here at the moment. I think he decided to make workers instead of this queen. He's going to attack him a little bit, no big deal. But now there's 3 reapers into this. And these Reapers are going to do a lot of damage. And Mattis saw this coming. Now there's 4 Reapers into it. And these Queens aren't going to be able to do enough to this. I mean, these Reapers are just going to make a lot of damage. We saw during BlizzCon how well Reapers control. If you could do a good job, you could hold off Reapers. But roaches look funny flying in the air. 2 more roaches coming out from Mattis. And I think that's going to be it in terms of harassment. From Mystic. Mystic is just kind of trying to bounce around his army. Queen coming up here. Look at all the damage they're going to try to get done to that. Grenades going off, doing a little damage to the Ravager, but not that much. As you can see, what Mystic, or excuse me, what Mattis really wants is to clear out these Reapers to prevent the threat, and then rush forward. He knows he could do a lot of damage with the army that he has, but he just needs. Oh, he's going to jump right on top of it. And he's getting so much damage getting done. Takes out 3 Reapers. I mean, that was just a lot of damage. And these Reapers are so close to being killed. But, of course, they heal while moving, which is super annoying. And he's such a good job predicting where he's going. Takes down another Reaper. That's 3 Reapers. I mean, the attack basically is done at this point. There's nothing really Mattis has to worry about. Now he can push on forward if he wants. But he's not going to. Marauders are going to be coming out here in a second, as well as tanks. The tanks are going to do such a good job at zoning out the Ravagers and the Ravagers and the Roaches. Could use more chocolate. Crystal Battle's going down on top of this cool looking building. It's kind of interesting. As soon as you kill it, because technically you're not destroying the wall, you're destroying the shield. The shield is what's holding it up. Once you destroy the shield, the wall drops. I don't know why that matters. I don't know why they felt the need to make that. I think maybe just for color scheme. There you go. But look at this tank and medevac drop coming in. And the medevac knows he's not going to be able to do anything. but is a perfect position. Look at that range to attack this third. And Matt's realizes he needs to do something, because what's going to happen is if he tries to attack this tank, Medevac just pick him up and drop him into the main, and his position will be completely out of place. But damn, look at this Terran, is scary. Another tank Medevac coming in. I'm kind of glad they are changing this up. I mean, I don't think tanks were meant to be as mobile as they made it. I understand people are kind of upset about it, but I just don't think it was ever meant to that. It was kind of a fun little gesture, but I don't think they're ever meant to be this this non-CG. But the Medevac is just, this is just out of range. He's probably going to pick up one. Get the scan off. Get the creep tumor. Try to focus down the Medevacs. As you can see, he's got a lot of things cooking. He's got Banelings, got another hatchery, a lair, Lings, +1 for armor and melee upgrade for Mattis. At the same time, we do got the +1 in armor for our melee, or excuse me, our range units. And we got another Medevac and tank coming down from Mystique. Mystique trying to do everything they can to disrupt Mattis's third base, and a fourth base is going down from Mattis. At the same time, third base is finishing up for Mystique. We do see two tanks coming on the left-hand side. Focus down this base. You should be able to get it in a couple hits. Got a third tank coming. Corrosive Bile going down. Ugh. That queen is left there to die. Dang, cannot believe that range, man. Cannot believe how good that is. It's absolutely ridiculous. Loses the fourth base. Mattis is kind of in a stuck position. I mean, he doesn't really have much to do. He doesn't have that much anti-air to stop these Medevacs from just taking these tanks and doing everything that they've been doing with it. Behind this, we do see a huge Bio army getting forced up from Mystique. Mystique is just doing... This tank is stuck, maybe? I don't know. Yep, definitely more chocolate next time in that. Hot cocoa. This Link's coming. Gonna try to do as much scouting as you can. So far, the Ravengers, Lings, and Banes are here. The Bane speed about to finish up. Overlord increased speed is coming as well. Look at these 4 Marines. I think they're going to try to clear out as much creep as they can, or yeah, try to take over that cannon or the tower, the Zelnaga tower. And look at this huge Bio army with these tanks coming up. They're going to do so much damage that I don't think Mattis realizes it's coming. They're going to try to swoop around here on the left-hand side, excuse me, right-hand side. Oh, he's going to come in on the backside. That's going to be super annoying. That base is going to be completely toast. There's really not much that Mattis is going to be able to do right now. It's just... Look at all these tanks. I mean, the Queen, sure, they're going to try to do what they can, but there's nothing. Mattis is like, you are stuck. Look at, and here comes a Medevac full of Marines and Marauders. Going to try to do everything he can. Gets picked up and moves the base all the way forward. Here comes the Queen. But at the same time, look at this, destroying the crap out of Mattis' fourth base. Ling's Bane's coming and doing everything they can to try to take out this Marauders. They do good. The Queen is going to get the last shot on that Medevac. Medevac gets killed, but not without Mattis losing his fourth base. And here comes more Bio and a Liberator and a tank coming in. Mystique is just doing quick work of Mattis in this. I mean, Mattis does have a kind of a bigger army in the sense of just size-wise, but he's just, look at this Bio army. Unless he's got just the cure-all, save-all Bane hits right now, there's really nothing Mattis is going to be able to do. He's going to try to roll into the Banes just a little bit. Tanks get dropped and just destroys all the Banes. There's nothing left here for Mattis. He's just... Unfortunately, there's nothing left. The fourth base going down from Mystique. Mystique coming in, pushing forward. We do see the +3 upgrades from Mattis, and it looks like he's going to try to... Okay. Yeah. The window was just right for you. Okay, I don't know who this is messaging me, but cool. Either way. So we do see, looks like kind of like a base trade happening, going on right now, and this is why I should have messages blocked, but I didn't think some random dude's going to start messaging me in the middle of the game. So the Liz coming in, kind of doing a lot of great work with this. He's going to kind of push up this ramp, but at the same time, here comes Mystique's army. Mystique's army is just pushing forward. They're kind of going to bottleneck this off. This Banes are going to come in, but this does no damage. All these tanks and Liberators are doing so much damage. The +3 upgrades are kind of almost done for Mattis. Mattis just doesn't have that much left. I mean, the armor is about to finish. The melee is about to finish. Banes are going to get the upgrades, but just it's not. I don't know if it's going to be enough. I mean, he's got a lot of tanks in with his army. He needs to flank around. Got Corruptors in this, which is going to be great for the Liberators, but there's just so much Banes with this army that what he needs to do is he needs to push forward on both sides, and I think that's exactly what he's going to try to do. Or actually, it looks like he's going to push forward and try to do, kind of force him to move away and go into a different base, but Planetary Fortress is landing on that 4th base, and that's just going to be it. These Banes aren't going to be able to do much, especially with these tanks in the background as reinforcements. And I think Mattis is just maybe trying to stop any kind of reinforcements from coming in. I mean, Banes are doing everything they can, but it's just not going to be enough. The Ravagers are getting picked up. The Corruptors are coming in, taking out the Liberators. And so the Liberators are going to drop, which is great, but not without destroying the entire army of Mattis. Mattis has only 50 units left in his army, and that's going to be it. And this has got to be game. GG's got to be called. And there it goes. Mystique takes game number 1 from Mattis, and very quickly for that matter. And that was game number 1 going into our semifinal. This is our semifinals match, ladies and gentlemen. So this is for the finals. Panda Bear Meat, to give you an update, takes down Simon. So Panda Bear Meat takes down Simon. So he's the first victor going into the semifinals. And I completely. So hopefully we'll get into game number 2 for you guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I did have a co-caster, but he had to take off, so sorry if this seems a little weird and sporadic. It's not my intentions. Legion. There we go. So whoever wins this, so right now it's match point for Mystique. Mystique needs to. If Mystique holds on and takes this, he'll face Panda Mermaid in the finals. But that was such a very good play with the tanks and just really controlling the match. Mattis couldn't really do anything with that kind of game. And with that kind of map, is Frost in the? I guess it is. Just, the tanks were unfortunately out of the way from Mattis. He just was not able to. He was not able to control the fight. So we're jumping into game number 2. This is Mystique's game match point. If he wins this, he goes on to the finals to face Panda Bear Me in the ESL Weekly Open number 94. Winner of this takes $50. Spawning in our bottom position on Frost, it is our blue Zerg player from Dust Gaming. It is Mattis. If I still been slaughtering his name, someone should have corrected me. And spawning in our top position, he is up 1-0 in the series. Currently teamless, it is Mystique. So a standard build coming down from Mattis. Mattis is not taking any chances. He's going hatchery before pool. He might actually try to go 3 hatch before pool. I'm not too sure if he likes to do that build at all, but it is something we might see here. And Mystique kind of doing a normal build too, just doing the barracks and all that stuff at the top point, which is kind of normal, what you would want to do. some hot cocoa. That's really good chocolate, but I didn't put enough chocolate in it. So far, both players kind of standard build. Matt is going for the gas now. Nothing too extreme, nothing too out of the ordinary. Reaper's going to come out. Reaper's going to get there kind of in a good time. You know, he might be able to get a couple good drone kills out of this, which is going to be absolutely amazing if he's able to get it. Thanks, guys, so much for getting notifications of the current follows. I appreciate you all very much. You know, follow me on Twitter, follow me on Twitch. Everything you do just makes me happy. So appreciate it very much. I love when people do that. You have no idea how much I thoroughly enjoy it. Mistake coming down with the command center and a reactor plus a factory. So it looks like he's going to swap this out and either get Widow Mines or Hellion with this. And the third base going down from Mattis. This Reaper completely sees it. And there's nothing here to stop this Reaper from doing damage. Unfortunately, he's just attacking the hatchery and not going to be able to do much. Sorry, just playing around with my mic a little bit. As the factory's done, it swaps out, changes into 2 Hellions, so we're going to try to see as much Hellion play as possible, possibly with Hellion Run By and all those super annoying, stupid crap things that me as a Zerg player hates. 2 barracks are finishing up. Got the tech lab, got the STEM. Research finishing up for that. Hellions are now out and about. More drones are being created and rallied to this third position. This third position is going to be completely undefended. 2 Lings are going to try to run into this base, see how much damage they can do, but these Hellions are going to do a lot of work. They're going to be super uncontested. There, yes, there's a queen, but I mean, let's see how much damage he's going to be able to do there. Just completely straight line. 1 drone goes down. I mean, it's not enough to say, yeah, that was an exciting thing, but still, just anything that can be super annoying is annoying. And so another barrack swaps out, and he's building another. Looks like it's going to be another reactor. So it's going to be a huge bio play. And the factory picks up, drops down a reactor again, and this Terran is going to lift up and land on top of that reactor as well. Reaper coming in the background, just trying to do as many drone kills as possible. 1 more queen hit, and there it goes. The queen takes down that Reaper. And Madness kind of securely and easily takes 3 bases, no problem. These Lings are going to come and try to do as much damage as they can. But unfortunately get scared away from the Marines. The last thing they want to do is lose, you know, that army count, especially when you're looking at, look how these barracks is. Got another barracks plus a starport. I mean, this is going to be a huge bio force coming in. Sorry if you guys are hearing me gulp. I don't mean to. I'm just by myself and I'm getting a sore throat because I casted all night last night by myself for the Australian tournament. And then I ultimately ended up casting by myself here. Some Lings are coming out. A lot of Lings, actually. So I wonder if he's going to try to branch into Mary's the Baneling Nest and the Evolution Chamber. So I think he's going to try just to Bane bust this. Just because it's such a huge bioforce that's coming in. I mean, yeah, this is a supply depot wall, but I mean, if he could turn all these into Banes, Mattis could be a really good position to do a lot of damage, but he needs to do it. These Marines are coming out. I don't think this is a good idea. If he gets a surround off, these Lings might do a good job with doing a lot of damage to these Marines coming here on the left-hand side. These Queens are going to be completely caught out of position, and here comes the army. The scan goes down to see everything. Lings are coming in and going to try to get this around, but with the medevacs there, they're not going to be able to do it. And I don't know. I think Mattis, or excuse me, Mystic is just going to do so much damage here. Look at all these drone kills. He's about to finish. He's going to focus down the Spore Crawl, so that way he doesn't lose any medevacs. We got Banes coming in. No Bane speed yet, though, but since it will be on creep, he might be able to get some good hits, but Mystic comes in, takes out the third base, and that is the story glory. I mean, this Mattis unfortunately went with the base up in the front to try to do as much damage as he can. He's going to get the surround off and to prevent these Marines from coming in. Medevac fills up with the Marines and gets away with just a little bit. Mattis is kind of be hurting for money at the moment. He needs a third base. He needs to get going. Best position is this base right here, out of the way for any kind of drops, at least drops that he won't be able to see. And we do see two medevacs are going to loop around and going to try to drop into the base on the south side of Mattis, as well as a smaller force coming up here at the front to distract them best he can. Mattis is going for a third and fourth base at the same time. We do see the Lynx coming in. It gets picked up. Where is this medevac going? Oh, there it is. And so the medevac is going to try to come on the right-hand side, so he's going to try to squish him. The Bane's just completely running right in front of the army. He's going to stutter step back here a little bit. Bane's going to come in, try to get some good hits. Kills a couple with that, but not enough to be game ending. The medevacs are going to come in and going to try to drop inside the base of Mattis. Mystique doing everything he can to stay in this game. He's doing such a great job. He's got 3 bases going, just pumping out more and more upgrades. Look at this row of just barracks on top of barracks on top of barracks with armory. But there's Lings and Banes with this, and there's a +2 melee finishing up for the Banes, and the speed upgrade for the Banes are about to finish. Carapace is about to finish the stage 1 Carapace. Mystique coming on the east side of Mattis. Mattis is going to lose his base if he doesn't react quickly enough. If he loses base, it's going to be very traumatizing. It's going to be very unfortunate if he loses base. I think he's going to be able to get it. These Banes are going to come in. The Bane speed's just finished, but is he going to risk it? Looks like he's going to step back. He's going to risk it for the biscuit to get the base. And evacs away. Super annoying. Terrans are just notorious for just being able to pick and hit like that. Sorry, my wife is sending me food. That woman. Oh! Doesn't look like Mystique is going to be able to get that base, but he is stopping all kind of mining time that it would happen. We got Widow Mines into this army as well. Mystique is just doing such a good job at keeping Mattis on 3 bases. He's not going to be able to mine for much longer. He needs a 4th base. But look, here comes another medevac coming in. And he's going to go all the way across the map, and he's going to be so caught out of position. But look at all these queens. The queens are here. He's going to attack the last little bit of the medevac. Medevac almost drops with the full thing of Marines, but he does not do it. Here comes more Marines and Marauders coming on the left-hand side of Mattis' base. Mattis is trying to do as much as he can. Widowmine attacking the Bane. See, we've got roaches into this army as well, but again, it looks like he's just going to attack this roaches. If he gets his base, this is going to be huge. He might stutter step around. He's going to totally stutter step around and focus everything he can to get these Marines on the last little bit, and he loses it. Mattis saves his base with 1 health bar remaining. Holy smokes. He needs to do something to that base. I mean, these Marines are just going to come in and focus that base right now. This Widowmine is going to land on top of it, gets 6 drone skills, it looks like. And that's going to be it. He's going to clear out the base, and that's it. Mattis is only on 2 bases yet again. Unfortunately for him, he's just so choked up at this point. There's nothing he's going to be able to do. Another great medevac drop here at the main base, and Mattis is just getting torn apart. This is match point for Mystique. Mystique, if he wins this, he goes on to the finals. If Mattis loses, he is out of the tournament. He needs to hold on for dear life. He needs to go on the defensive and do something to get some kind of economical damage done, but it just doesn't look like he has the ability to. Unfortunately for him, he's only on 2 bases. He lost his 3rd base, his 4th base, his 3rd base, and then his 4th base again. Kind of in that order. He's been losing them just like crazy. Ravengers are now with his army, which is great. We do see that there's going to be the speed upgrade, or the attack speed upgrade for the Zerglings. They're going to hit a lot harder. The +2 Carapace is finishing up for the Zerglings as well. We do see the Ultraless Cavern finishing up, but it's going to be too little too late. I mean, he doesn't have that much left in terms of just, he's gone through bases. He's going to be so broke, he's not going to be able to do practically anything once those Ultralesses, because he doesn't have enough gas. He only has, a couple gas geysers. He lost all of his army. The Liberators are sieged up or in liberated mode. He's going to try to corrosive bile, landing on top of the Liberator, but not doing that much damage. He needs to do way more damage. He needs to get rid of those Liberators if he wants to take this fight. Banes are coming in, doing a decent job hitting Mystique's army, but just not enough. Corrosive bile landing on top of the Widow Mines. There's only a couple more Widow Mines left into this fight. Mystique coming in on the left-hand side. He's going to take down Mattis's base again. If Mattis loses base, that's going to be it. He's not going to have any more bases. Liberators are in liberation mode. One gets dropped, and Bane's landing on top of everything. These queens are coming in. Going to focus down the Liberator. He cleaned up the army a little bit. But if you look at the army count, there's 120 army supply to 40. I mean, Mattis is holding on by a thread. This Widowmine is here by itself. Liberators, last Liberators finishing up, but these medevacs, look at this is just a huge army, more barracks. He ran out of space. Sim City up in this bitch, and he's just running out of space. There's really nothing left for Mattis to do. He's just holding on, hoping to get a couple good. If he gets decent Widowmine hits, that will be game plus 3 armors finishing up from the Ultralisk. Ultralisk are going to be super tanky now, but at the same time, Mystique is finishing up the armor for his Bio Army as well. Once you get into a 3-3 Bio Army, it is impossible to defend against. Banes don't do anything. It's like water onto rocks. They just, unfortunately, don't do crap. Mattis is just looking for an excuse to hold on. He's just trying to find something. I mean, these Ultralists, yes, they're beefy, but they're not that beefy, and he's extremely broke. There's nothing really left for him to do. And his Bio Army can pick and choose wherever he wants to go. We do see that Mystique takes his 4th base. And just moving across the map, he's just trying to control it. You know, you do see a couple Ultralists. Got 0 Banes, if I remember correctly. There's nothing really left from Mattis. Mattis is trying to push forward Liberators. Corrosive Bile is lying on top of the Liberators. Gets 1 down, which is a great hit. But it's not that much. I mean, there's really nothing left for him to be able to do. More Liberators. Look at all those liberation modes. Looks like there's 4 of them. And this Bio Army is about to finish up. I have no idea what that is. I'm assuming it's Liberator mode faster. But Mystique is just clearing up the creep, clearing up these armies. These Banes coming in, like I said, rock onto water. There's absolutely nothing. GG gets called, and Mystique takes it 2-0 against Mattis. Mattis tried his best to hold his own, but unfortunately for him, it just did not go in his favor. So guys, that was the semi-final matches of Mattis versus Mystique. If you guys want to check out the bracket, it is the I bracket command, and you'll see all the different brackets and where everything's come from. So I'm going to try to do my best, ladies and gentlemen, to get the matches going. We might go to a quick break. I am checking with the admins now. Thank you guys so much who've been tuning in. I appreciate it very much. You guys are freaking awesome. And yep. So guys, it looks like it's going to be Panda and Mystique, which is also the barcode in the finals. Make sure you guys are tuning in. Like I said before, like, share, follow, all that good stuff. Like, share, follow, and all that good stuff. I am going to, let's see, got joined into the party. We might actually just jump into the best of 5 at the moment right now. That is good, hot cocoa. Thank you again so much. I just want to take a quick moment, guys. My name is Draymond. Make sure you follow me on Twitter. I do a lot of StarCraft casting for the North American stuff, and I do everything I can to support any kind of grassroots communities, whether it be donations or social media posts, marketing, etc., etc. So I appreciate you guys so much that's in the chat. Make sure you follow the channel, follow me on Twitter, so keep these games going. Every weekend I will be casting games, so if you want me to cast your game, to send me the replay. I appreciate you guys very much. I'll post it onto YouTube, all good stuff, edit it, all that great stuff. So thanks so much for you guys' continued support. and everything that you do. And also, of course, thanks ESL and all the admins that take care of these tournaments. You guys are amazing, and I appreciate it very much. So, guys, we are jumping into the final game. We're waiting. They're doing vetoes right now, so I'm going to be right back. I'm going to play some music for you guys.
Energy is you. The energy is you. Set me free, free. The energy is you. The energy. burning, we feel complete.
Alright guys, thanks so much for sticking with that break. We do have all the games and matches ready to go. So without further ado, let's jump into the match that we have currently going on right now. So this is for the entire tournament. This is the entire ESL tournament that's happened today, the North American Open number 94. We have spawning in our top left position. He's currently under the barcode tag, but we all know is the pink Terran player Mystic. And spawning in our bottom right position is our lovable, cuddleable. It is our lovable panda from Root Gaming. It is Panda Bear Me. Both players looks like a pretty standard build. Panda Bear Me doesn't seem too nervous that he's facing against a high ranked GM player such as Mystic, but as we see from most of the games that we saw so far from both players, they're very comfortable with what they're doing and how they're doing it. So I don't expect to see any kind of weird funky plays from either of them at the moment. Sorry, I'm just testing out something real quick. Let's see. Poor buddy. Okie dokie. Alright, guys. Reaper's going to come in. Going to do a little bit of damage. Nothing too special here at the moment. I did notice that we are playing on a WCS Game Heart mod, which I greatly appreciate that they did that, because I do not have the Game Heart mod on my computer, and I should get it, but I'm a noob and doesn't. This Reaper's doing a lot of damage so far, though. Reaper's going to fly around. He's going to go into this one main base and try to see what is happening. Milton, what's happening? If you could go ahead and come in on a Saturday, that'd be great. Alright, we're going to come in, try to do more damage, but it's not going to be enough. We do see the speed upgrade for the Overlord is starting. And it looks like he's going to try to do like the Bane drops that we normally see. But Mystic knows, he is no scrub. He sees it and he knows it, and he's got the Marines in place already. We just see Overlord on this side, Overlord on the left side. And going to try to do everything they can to stop it. Panda Bear Me taking his third base and just under the just over the 3-minute mark. He's going to try to stay ahead of the game as much as he can. I love these freaking add-ons. Just thank you so much for making this game that game, or with its speed upgrade finishes for the Overlord. Overlord's going to come in and get as much scouting as possible. I do see a little bit of lag spike. I don't believe that's on my end. He does see that there's a factory, and all these Marines are going to completely destroy the Overlord. Overlord gets destroyed. Panda Bear Me is now supply capped. You got 2 evolution chambers going down. Nothing too out of the ordinary from Panda Bear Me. He's just doing what he does best, is build, you know. Just build a little here, build a little there. Ling's fanning out. Sorry to see how much ground they could cover. See if there's anything they might want to address. But here we go. So the Overlord is going to pick him up, and he's just going to do what he does best. He's going to try to destroy all that. But these medevacs are taking the entire army, and it's going to be completely out of position. But at the same time, Panda Bear Me doesn't see it coming. I don't know if he's going to be ready for this. I mean, all the queens are completely out of position. We do see this medevac is being spotted now. And here comes Panda Bear Me with these quick lings. But I mean, there's Hellions now in the base, so I think this is going to get cleaned up relatively quickly. I don't see Mystique losing too much to this. He gets one Marine kill out of it. But Pandemremy sees that this is and the medevac army coming up the middle with the Marines. The Marines are trying to press forward. Right now he's researching Bane, but hasn't researched the Baneling speed. We do see the +1 carapace and range upgrade. Actually, with +1 carapace plus melee weapons finishing up for Pandemremy. He's getting a lot more lings behind this. He's got 20 more lings coming, 12 more after that. And look at this wall of queens, man. I mean, I don't know if we got the Hellions coming in. So the Hellions turn into the Hellbats. And it's going to get really tricky here in a second. All these queens are going to take a lot of damage. And the lings are going to try to get as much surround as possible. Banes land on top of the Hellbats. Not the greatest hit you want, because there's a lot of medevacs left. There's a lot of Marines left into this. You did get a lot of Bane hits. However, the Carapace upgrade is finishing up from Pandemremy. Pandemremy going for that hatch over here on the left-hand side. Whoa. Queens are going to try to do everything they can. Pandemremy, Mystique is trying to stops that fourth base from being built as before. The Queens try to take down the medevacs, but doesn't lose too much. Mystique is just doing a great job at picking and going, kind of like how he just completely destroyed Mattis earlier. He's just picking them apart slowly but surely. The melee attacks is finishing up for Mystique as well. Here comes the Liberator. Liberator is going to do so much damage to those drones right now. There's really nothing he's going to be able to do from that. Basically, he's stopping the Mining Titan, and I just dropped my phone. Sorry. But here comes the Liberator in the back, and it is just within range of that Queen. There's a wall here that's hitting, and that Liberator gets stopped. Oh, that was just super frustrating for a Mystique to deal with. Currently, Pandemremy is just doing everything he can to just, expand forward, take that fourth base. He really needs to stay ahead of this. Mystique is just doing this all on 2 bases. I mean, it's kind of remarkable how much damage he's doing just with 2 bases alone. These rocks are about to get cleared up here in a second. The centrifugal hooks. The centrifugal hooks. Centrifugal. That is a weird name. Bane speed is finished. +1 melee upgrade is on its way. Pandemremy is in a great position to try to do as much damage as possible, but we do see this one army in the middle trying to bait out Pandemremy. But unfortunately for Pandemremy, he does not see this larger army coming from his west-hand side. These queens might be able to take care of some of it. Some of these lings are coming back, but look at all these lings are coming in. The Widow Mine's getting a good shot off, but all these lings are destroying this base. Got 4 SUV kills on top of this, and here comes the left-hand side. Mystique is coming to try and take out this fourth base. Fourth base is about to drop from Pandemremy, but he's forced to go back, and these lings are just destroying destroying Mystique's third base. He's doing everything he can to survive. Here comes a Widow Mine in the middle, and it's going to try to land right on top of it. Takes out 2 lings with it, but Pandemremy needs to do something with these lings. He's just, oh no, there's so much clutch, so much triggering is going on right now with these lings. The lings should have did everything they can, and now the unit is building, so the SUV is going to do everything it can to try to repair it, obviously, but I mean, that's just more mining time as you're taking away that, but it's building, it's burning. I don't think Mystique realizes it's burning. The ground to Carapace is finishing up for Pandemremy. Pandemremy is looking strong right now. We do see the +2 just now starting for Mystique. Mystique is going to finish it up here in the next about 45 seconds. But these lings are going to be beefy, especially going against a 1-1 Marine. They got the +2 armor. They're not afraid of anything. We do see the Burrow upgrade finishing up, or starting, excuse me, and then the melee upgrade starting as well for Pandemremy. So it looks like he's going to either try to do some Bane plays, some Scarlet Famous Bane plays, or he's going to try to drop him, like Death from Above kind of drop him. We'll see what he does. The army's coming in from the front hand side. He's going to try to see as much damage as he can. Widow Mines are bearing up to try to, and here comes the Banes. He's going to try to do as much damage as he can, and they get so many good hits and actually gets rid of all the Widow Mines, but the Widow Mines land and get some great shots off, and Mystique is not paying attention. He's going to lose half his army on that side too, and just like that, Pandemremy takes the lead by just destroying him. Gets good 2 shots off But look at this defense coming up here from Mystique. Mystique has Marauders into this army, got Widowmines in this army as well, and now he's got Liberators. The +2 armor and range for Mystique is finishing up here in the next 10 seconds. Burrow just completes now for Panda Bear Me. What is he going to do with that? He's going to try to put Bane bombs across the entire map. Personally, I think that's freaking awesome when you're able to do it. But we're here, Panda Bear Me sees this squad of Marines on the north-hand side. Now the scan goes off. He sees that there's the army coming on the south-hand side, actually the west-hand side as well. And he needs to split his army up. He needs to realize what he's doing. He's going to go up for the top. He's going to try to split him best he can. The Widowmine's coming right on top of it. There's a huge Bane hit on top of all of this. But that's it. So +2 infantry weapons are finishing up for our Terran player. And now we see the Marines, the squad of Marines coming on the east side of Panda Bear Me's base. But Panda Bear doesn't care. He's going to roll his Banes all the way into. He's going on top of this SUV kill. He's getting 13 kills with this 16 SUV kills with the entire army. But behind us, as you can see, we do see 5 Ultralists coming out. And these Marines are doing quick work of those drones. All these Lings are forced to come back. Panda Bear Me doesn't lose his base, but he did take an economical hit. He did lose 14 drones after he just dealt a severe blow, 16 SUV hits to Mystique. Mystique is kind of recovering now. Both players are still on a low army count, as you can tell. Right now, what they're trying to do is just do damage to each other. You just pick them apart, hit them really hard, back off. Hit them really hard, back off. Not this constant barrage, but just enough. So we do see that the Ultralists upgrade is finishing up, plus the armor upgrade is finishing up. So these Ultralists are going to be +7 armor, or +5, excuse me. +5 armor, not to mention the Lings are going to be at a +3 armor with the melee upgrade almost done as well. And look, he's going to completely choke up this army. The Widowmines aren't even burrowed yet. Oh, now they're in Liberator mode. Now since they're in Liberator mode, it's going to be really hard for them to push forward. Right when they come out of Liberation mode, and here comes the Lings going to get the surround on this. The Banes are going to come in, going to attack right on top of it. Liberator's going to try as much damage as they can, but there's really nothing left for him to do. Panda Bear Me getting so many good Bane hits. Here comes another huge Bane hit. Look at all these SUVs dying. There's 8 SUVs total dying with this army. And another Marines are coming in, trying to do as much damage as they can to this first base. The Queen is actually going to take out looks like the Queen is about to take out the medevac. The Queen takes out the medevac. It's going to be huge. There's going to be nothing left for Mystique to be able to do, but this Liberator is saving it. But look at all these Banes. These Banes are going to run up this ramp like it's no one's freaking business. And here it comes in a second. Here it comes, and here it comes. These Banes are going to come right up the ramp. Liberators are doing as much damage as they can. Widowmines is taking care of as much as they can, but these Banes are just rolling in. GG gets called, and Panda Bear Me takes game number 1 with just huge Baneling hits, like absolutely just huge hits. That was absolutely incredible. I say absolute a lot. So we do have game number 2 coming up from both these players. Catalyst Gaming, I know you. I think. Anything happening on Reddit? So how's everyone doing this evening? Thank you guys so much. There is a Reddit post if you guys want to go check that out about what's going on today. Guys, I am casting for the ESL Americas Open Cup number 94. Can you believe it's been 94? 94 cups since whenever the freak they started this. I cannot believe it's been that long. Guys, I'm super excited. It's game number 1 with the Panda Bear Me with a quick fashion. And so I'm excited to see what Mystique has to offer. I mean, Mystique really needs, or Mystic, excuse me, Mystic really needs to keep Mystique needs to keep the momentum going towards Panda, or he needs to win to keep the momentum off himself. Because what will happen right now if Panda Bear wins this next game, there'll be a 2-0 lead in a best of 5. So that means it's going to be mass point for Panda for 3 games in a row, and you do not want that pressure. So Mystique needs to take this win to keep it back on an even kill. He cannot allow himself to get himself so super far behind. So guys, let's jump into the game. I'm Draven, of course. Thanks so much for the follows. Keep following me on Twitter and this Twitch channel and all that good stuff. Host when you can, follow when you can't, all that good stuff. Let's jump into game number 2. Oh, I guess I don't really need to jump into these games so quickly because nope. But I do need to switch it. There we go. There we go. Okay. Tea. That's so good. I guess I really don't need to jump into these games because StarCraft, just the opening games, take kind of long, which is unfortunate. So let's do player introductions. This is game number 2 for the grand finals of the ESL North American Open number 94. Spotting in our bottom left corner, it is the green Zerg player from Root Gaming. It is Panda Bear Me. And spawning in our type position, it is our pink Terran player who's currently teamless. It is Mystique. I sound like so. Hello everyone, and thank you so much for joining the channel. There is a delay, so if you ask me a question, I will be delayed in responding to you. You're more welcome to send me a whisper on Twitch. I have no problem, I'll answer when I can. And again, both players are the standard play. I haven't really seen anything cheesy. We did see it earlier with Maddox with that cheesy play. It did not pay off for him, and he ended up losing because of it. But it was cheesy. I mentioned before, Mystique likes to build this wall right here. Mystic likes to build this wall right here. But I always think it's weird because you could do... sorry, I don't have the info command. Sorry about that. I'm just responding to someone in the chat. So, like I mentioned before, with this map, there's rocks on this side, rocks this one, and right here. Okay, bro. Thanks, bro. Appreciate it, bro. So, like I was saying before, I'm not a huge fan of making the wall here. It works really well for Mystic. I think Mystic just really enjoys doing that. And he really enjoys going mass Reapers on this map. He goes at least 6 Reapers, and I don't know if Panda Bear Me is ready for it. I don't think he's ready for these Reapers. I mean, yeah, he gets... But the Lings aren't going to do that much. They don't even have the speed upgrade. The Queens sure get a couple good shots off, but here's another Reaper with this fight. He's going to try to rip around on the left-hand side, coming in from the north position. You got Roaches this Panda Bear Me goes straight into the Roach count. Going to try to get as much damage as he can. I mean, 5 Reapers should be plenty to do a lot of damage. We got 6 Reapers now. This Roach is going to try to save the day, but it's just going to be up to how Panda Bear Me controls his army. And look at this, a great distraction. Send 1 Reaper to the north spawn, makes all the Reapers, all the Roaches fly to that direction. He's going to snipe the Queen, it looks like. Maybe not. Now he's just attacking the drones, but that's a lot of kills. Throws a grenade on top of it. I mean, that was a lot of drone kills. Got 6 drone kills in it, and that is sometimes that's just world ending. This Overlord's flying around in Mystic's base, and these Marines don't really seem to care. Panda Bear Me going with these Ravengers. I don't know how much he's going to be able to do. We did see Mystic. Holy crap, I cannot pronounce this dude's name for the life of me. We did see Mystic have a really amazing, great tank medevac play. What he did is he put tanks like right on this corner right here and attacked Mattis's fourth base really well. I'm starting to stutter my words, and that's how you know I've been talking for a long time. I did the Australian tournament last night up until like 5, 6 a.m. my time, and then had to be up at 10, and then now here I'm casting the ESL one, which I'm extremely excited to do. I love being able to take care of this and do this for you guys, and I just hope you guys support, follow the channel, send me your praises on Twitter because I love it, and it strokes my EP. We do see the medevac and tank play coming down from Mystic as we saw in the previous games against Madsen. We'll see what he does with it. It's really hard for him. Like, you could put the position here right at this mineral lines, and it does reach for some freak reason. I don't know why that works, but we do have the Ravagers this time to drop the Corrosive Biles. Corrosive Biles land right where the tank would have been. When the tank is doing as much damage as they can, he needs to shoot like one Corrosive Bile there, and then, yeah, do kind of like that what that was. Third base game dropped from Mystic. So far, pretty standard game. We do see another tank and medevac coming from Mystic. But again, like I said, Panda Burmese is up in the series. If he wins this, there'll be a lot of pressure on Mystic to try to take the series, because it is a best of 5, ladies and gentlemen. And I forgot how to put it there. So if you know how, you can tell me. But I 100% forgot. Here's a third medevac and tank. I mean, this is so much damage coming down from this right now. Where is his army? His army is on the complete other side of the map. This is not a good position for him to be in. I don't think Panda Bear realizes there's tanks knocking at this door. There's another tank. Is a medevac coming out? Oh. Why is that not showing? Weird. Of course, right on top of it, he kills a tank and a medevac. What a great freaking shot. Unfortunately for a mistake, he didn't move his units in time, and now he caused himself to get a lot of damage. As you can see, the medevac is completely damaged. Both of them are under 50%. And a couple more corrosive shots, and I think that will be it. I don't know why you keep pinging that, but medevac's trying to find a good spot, trying to get more damage out of this. We do see the road speed finishing up, speedling, corrosive bile, landing in such a good spot. Oh, it's just almost on top of the medevac. Medevac is trying to predict where the roaches and the ravagers are trying to predict where the medevac is going to go and try to land on top of it, but he missed it a couple different times, unfortunately. Panda Burmese army is looking kind of getting out of control. I mean, he's getting the +1 melee upgrade. The Carapace level 1 is finishing. Combat shield finished. The infantry armory and weapons for the Terran is finished. And the Zergling speed has finished as well. I mean, all these upgrades is finished simultaneously at the same time. And it's kind of putting each army at even keel. We do see the melee upgrade for a Zerg finishing up here in the next 30 seconds. And the Overlord speed, which is going to be ideal because he's going to try to get Banes, to drop some Banes on him. So Panda Burmese is clearing out all the rocks that he can. He doesn't want to get choked up like he did, or like Maddox Scott did when facing against Mystic. Mystic is moving out now. There's 3 tanks with his army, plus a couple medevacs, and a 4th tank with his army. I mean, this is a huge army, but there's no Banes with this. We do see the +2 Carapace finishing up. Overlord speed finished as well. And here comes it. He's going to warp. So he's going to do what he did last time. He's going to go all the way on this side and drop his units here. It's exactly what he did against Mattis, and he won the fight basically because of it. We do see Panda Burmese going in on the left-hand side, taking out these rocks. But here it comes. Here comes the tanks. He's trying to do as much damage as they can. Gets right on top of that tower and just clears off everything that they can. But Mystic doesn't realize that he's about to lose his base, And there he goes, sends all the lings. And at the same time, here's a huge fight going down. Corrosive Biles landing on everything, getting rid of the last little bit of the tanks. But there's still 4 tanks here in the back doing like kind of siege fire damage. But I just think there might be too much here. There's not enough medevacs to clear out these tanks. And 2 tanks get dropped. 3 tanks get dropped. And the 4th one gets picked up and saved. And I think that's going to be game. I mean, Panda Bear Meat is pushing forward with these Ravagers. And if you look, these Lings got in and just destroyed that 3rd base mineral line from Mystic. Mystic is just kind of being on the most defensive as he can. You got Liberators coming in, the last little bit of tank, and Panda Bear Meat clearing out the supply depot with the Corrosive Biles. And behind this, Mystic takes Panda Bear Meat takes the 5th base. Plus 2 infantry weapons and armor are finishing up for Mystic. And I completely didn't even notice these Lings got into this base and cleared out that mineral line. He's just doing so much damage to these SUVs. I mean, that was 15 SUVs with this kill. Got a kind of a big army right here in the middle. But again, look at these more Lings coming in the back. That's 15 SUV kills. Let's see how many he can get at the end of all this. 16, 19, 20. Corrosive Biles landing on top of this. I didn't even see the infestors, and GG gets called, and Panda Bear takes game number 2. Holy crap, I completely missed the fact that he went into infestors. He got the fungal growth on top of that army, and all this Corrosive Biles completely annihilated Mystic's army. And holy smokes, that was a great match from Panda Bear. Panda Bear has such interesting and weird controls. We're setting up for game number 3, ladies and gentlemen. I have to go take a quick bio break. Hopefully they don't start without me. I mean, it wouldn't be worst case scenario if they did. But I'll be right back, guys. We'll say be right back. I guess whatever. Okay, guys. I'll be back. Alright guys, thanks so much. Sorry, I was just getting into game. Gotta switch this around. Oh my gosh, every time. Sorry guys, I just take a quick bio break and yeah. So, guys, just want to thank everyone that's been tuning in so far. Always want to make sure we thank our sponsors and everyone that's involved with making these tournaments possible. Of course, ESL for putting on these tournaments weekly. Thank you for all the admins, for all the work you do behind the scenes. I know it's not the easiest job in the world, and I thank you very much for participating in it and doing everything you can and everything you do with these tournaments. We know that the fans greatly appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for tuning into the channel. Make sure you follow, share, like, host, subscribe. I don't have a subscribe button. All that good stuff. Just follow me on Twitter. I want to make sure I give you guys the best, latest, and greatest. Update you guys as often as possible. I'm not a full-time streamer, so I do have a full-time job outside of esports, unfortunate. So all I can do is on the weekends. But guys, if you want games casted, I'll cast them. I'll put them on YouTube. I'll edit them and all that good stuff. So, enough about me. Let's get into it. We're in game number 3 in this best of 5 finals for the ESA North American Open Cup number 94. Currently, we have Panda Bear Me versus Mystique. Wow, I keep slaughtering the name. Panda Bear Me versus Mystic. And so far, Panda Bear Me is just doing a phenomenal job of destroying Mystic. I've been watching Panda Bear Me for years in the High School Star League, and I've seen him play a few times in the Filthy Weekly, and it's just been awesome to see this kid grow, and I'm so glad he got picked up by Root Gaming. So without further ado, let's do player introductions. Spawning on the King Singleton Station, in the north spot, we have our pink Terran player down 2 games in this best of 5. It is Mystic. And spawning in our bottom right position, it is our green Zerg player from Root Gaming, up 2-0 in the series. It is Panda Bear Me. So nothing too crazy going on from Panda Bear Me and or from Mystic. Mystic is getting the factory, going to swap it out with the reactor. Probably get some Hellions. You know, see what kind of damage he could do with that. And I am a noob that did not move. Excuse my language, I'm sorry. Excuse my coughing. I completely forgot to miss the scene. I am a noob. So this Reaper gets in from Mystic, doing a lot of damage. We do see 2 drones getting killed. I mean, that's a lot. It's more of an annoyance than anything. He's going to jump back up again, and it looks like he's going to try to go ahead and finish the job. The grenade goes on. He's got 1 more hit off that drone, and he gets it. So that's 3 kills. And the Lings almost get it, but now the Lings have the speed upgrade. We got 4 Hellions coming out, and a Viking. Viking's going to do so much damage to his overlords in such a bad position. I don't think Panda Bear Me has ever even thought or considered trying to move his overlords out of the way. But we do see the overlords does get witness the Hellions. Hellions are going to try to push through. There's a lot of queens out. It's definitely going to help stop any kind of harassment. Here comes the Viking picking off that overlord. Overlord is just going to try to camp on top of this Hellions to keep track of where they're at all times. But look at this just train of things, man. It's so nuts to see Terran build buildings like this way. It's like Sim City. Panda Bear Me is trying to get as much. Panda Bear Me is trying to get as much scouting off as possible. He does see that there is a engineering bay up here in the background. No big deal. He's just going for his upgrades. Panda Bear Me at the same time going for his 3rd base. He needs to stay on top of this. The queens are coming in, trying to attack, but they unfortunately don't do that much damage to those Hellions. At least not as much as he needs them to. So far, it looks like it's just Ling Bane. I mean, Panda Bear Me just does a lot with a very little. It's always surprising how well he does. So I think what he's going to be trying to do next. I mean, this Viking's going around and getting a lot of freaking Overlord kills. He just knows all the great hot spots that Zerg wants to put their Overlord, and it's just absolutely amazing how much he's been picking off. The Hellions come in with the drop, going to try to do as much damage as they can. They get 2 Hellion kills off of this. Sorry that I keep alt tabbing, guys. I made a mistake and I had to fix something. So more Hellions are coming in. and dropping on top of these drones. See how much more damage he could do. So far, 0 kills coming from these Hellions. I believe he got like 2, but that's not nearly as nuts as he needs. Medevac coming in, but these Lings already spotted it. It was a good job from Panda Bear Me just being preemptive to stop these Hellions from doing any more damage. But what Panda Bear Me needs to do is he needs to put the aggression on to Mystic. Mystic needs, or Panda Bear Me needs to get Mystic on his heels again. He needs to not branch into that 3 base before, like we've seen before. And this Viking, man, I wish I could click on it to show you how many freaking kills that Viking has. Because I bet that Viking has at least 6 or 7 Overlord kills at the moment. Panda Bear Me, is finally going into layer tech. And he is researching the carapace and melee upgrades for his units. That's going to finish here in the next 10 seconds. Combat Shield is finishing up at will, but here comes a huge Bio army from Mystic. Mystic is pushing forward with Hellions and his Bio army. Combat Shield is done. Infantry ranged weapons is about to finish. And more Overlord kills, man. Holy crap. I don't know if Panda Bear Me even has any Banes to drop down on this. The carapace and the melee upgrades are finishing up from Panda Bear Me, but look at this huge Hellbat Marine push coming in from Mystic. Mystic is on the offensive. He's focused down this Queen's. Lings are trying to come in. A lot of Banes trying to get hit, but 0 good connections. And unfortunately for Panda Bear Me, I don't think that's going to be it. More Banes coming in. He's cleaning it up a little bit, but these Lings are going to come in at the last second and clear up it a little bit. But he actually clears it up. Panda Bear Me holds it. How the heck did he hold it? I have no idea. But the Hellion... But he clears up the Hellbat Hellion, but here comes another Bio army moving across the map. What Root Gaming's Panda Bear Me needs? He needs Banes. He needs Banes for days, and he needs to research Bane speed. I mean, we do see that there is speed with this. That's great. Got 20 Lings on the way. That's also great, but these Liberators are going to have problems. I mean, there's really not much you can do. Those Liberators are going to take good shots on top of these Queens. The Hellions, Lings are kind of pushing in, but those Liberators are just doing so much damage. Just look at this hatchery. This hatchery is about to drop a couple more hits off this. Transfuse goes down on top of it, and those Marines just stand still and take all the Bane hits to their face. Unfortunately, those Liberators are just doing such a good job staying siege right on those moments. And all Panda Bear Me can do is just build Lings on top of Lings. More Bane's going to try to get on top of this army, but without speed increase, he's not going to be able to do it. Bane's hit the Hellbats, but which is not the greatest thing to hit. Queens are finally attacking the Liberator. One Liberator goes down. The second Liberator is about to finish. Transfuse goes off, and Mystic has no more Liberators. There's nothing you can do, and we do see Lings try to get into the base of Mystic, but get stopped. Holy crap, Panda Bear Me held off that entire fight. Such a great job. It's absolutely amazing how good he holds these fights sometimes. Just incredible. We see how high these guys are, just top tier players, high level, both GMs in their own right. Panda Bear Me going for that 4th base on over on the side, which I think is kind of weird. This might be why I'm not at a higher rate, because I think this is a weird position, but maybe it's a better position. Who knows? But we do see finally the Bane speed starting for Panda Bear Me, and the +2 melee upgrade finishing as well. Now we do see the infantry armor finishing. Oh, look at the Liberators! They're going to get a couple kills. No! They get 2 kills, and that is it. Yes, I get that it is stopped mining time, but we have Widow Mines and Hellions with this army now. Melee upgrade won't finish in time to fight this. These Lings are going to try to do a runaround, but he sees this army coming on the north-hand side. So Panda Bear Me needs to get in positions. But look at this huge run by. I mean, catching this army completely off guard. It's going to force Mystic to run back. I mean, look, he's just going to destroy that 3rd base. And have Panda Bear Me's army is going to run into the natural of Mystic. Mystic, with the wall down, I don't know what he's going to be able to do. He's everywhere. Panda Bear Me is everywhere. He's destroying that middle line, destroying Mystic's 3rd base as well. I mean, this is game-ending stuff. There's 26 kills with this, but we do see the drop here in the background. The Liberator doing a lot of damage Spore Colony getting the last little bit of the kills. The Queen might get the hit off it, but it's not nearly enough. And, oh my goodness. Oh, he saves it. He saves the planetary fort, or the command center, from burning out. And the Liberator in siege mode. I mean, that was just a huge run-by attack from Panda Bear Me. Mystic does hold it, but at what cost did he hold it? He lost all his drones into this one, which is not that big a deal because he ran out of the minerals to begin with anyways. Oh my goodness. Liberators are just annoying as freak, man. Oh, this Queen's going to hit it. Boom. Boom. There we go. Last little bit of the Queens take everything out. And the +2 melee is about to finish. The melee attacks is going to finish for Panda Bear Me. That means Panda Bear Me... Which one's upgrades? So we do see that it's the +1 for armor and range for our Terran counterpart. We do see +2 melee and 1 armor for the Zerg. So the Zerg is slightly more powerful at the moment. We do see the Ling rung by. Here's going to be another huge Ling rung by. And it's going to do a lot of damage. There's a lot of Banes in this army as well. There's no Liberators though. So if we get a couple good hits off it, here comes the Banes. Speed upgrades helping out a lot, but it's just not enough. These Lings are doing a lot of damage here on that third base as well. More Banes coming in, landing on top of all this army. Mystique is able to get away cleanly. There's another huge run by. These Lings are going to try to attack all these units as they come in. It looks like he's going to be able to clear up this armor, and there's going to be no reinforcements for Mystic at the moment because he's kind of stopping the supply line. But here's another huge army attack coming from Mystic, coming on this east base right here. Stem forward, going to try to do as much damage as they can. Widow mines are placed sporadically across the map. It's going to try to do the best to get it triggered. Panda Bear Me does a good job, but the medevacs are completely out of position, and all these Queens are taking out the medevacs while the army is just getting completely picked off here in the middle of the map. There's really nothing he could do anymore. I mean, the medevacs lost. They weren't paying attention. Now the army of Mystic is crumbling. Great that there's Liberators. Yeah, that's going to do a lot. But here it comes in. Just more Banes coming into this map. It's just doing so much damage. Landing on top of this army and destroying this and getting into the mineral line. Just doing so much damage. There's no mining coming from the second base. No mining coming from the main base. And there's no mining coming from the third base because just there's so much damage being done. Holy smokes, how is Mystic surviving? Oh, that's right, mules. But just, holy smokes. But behind this, Mystic has been doing a very good job at keeping up with the army count. We do see that it is on almost an even kill with the supply, but the army count, Mystic always had the highest supply army count each and every time. But we do see the Spire that got down and the Muters are going to come into play. And that is... What upgrade is that? Is that the armor for Mutas? I don't necessarily recognize it. But these Mutas coming out are going to be able to help with the Liberators that are in Liberation mode. Or if not, maybe he's just going to use them to harass as much as he can. All of which are great ideas. Oh, look at these Liberators right here. They're going to start attacking so much units right there. 4, 5 units get killed. Look at these Mutas coming in. And that's it. These Liberators are completely toast and done for. Liberators are not going to be a problem anymore for our Panda Bear Me. Oh, they might be actually. I shouldn't say that. It's amazing what these players are doing on 4 bases. At the same time, none of them have been 200 of 200. Each and every fight, they've been like, right now, like 80 army supply to like 80 army supply. These Mutas are coming in and going to tag that medevac. They're going to tag the second medevac. There's only 2 more medevacs. Oh, actually, there's a crap ton more medevacs. Never mind. Don't listen to me. I don't know what I'm talking about. These Mutas are going to come in and going to try to do as much damage into the economy as possible. 4 SUV kills with the Mutas, and they get pushed back. But look at this army. Look at these Lings. They're going to try to do a Ling run, but I don't know what Panda Bear Me is doing. But I guess he's trying to bait out his army as quickly as he can. Look at this Widow Mine going up here for good measure. to stop any kind of run by from happening. Panda Bear Me knows what he's knows that he's been getting really successful with these run bys. Do you see the mutas just doing much more damage as possible, just picking off everything they can, but they don't want to fly into that army. But here comes the Widowmine. Widowmine is just going to do so much damage, and Panda Memory is doing such a good job of paying attention to those Widowmines that he was able to stop it. The mutas are flying away now. We do see +3 melee coming from Panda Bear Me. Panda Bear Me's units are going to be so strong, especially since Mystic's army is not on the same level as terms of upgrades. We do see Ultralisk coming into play, as well as the attack speed from the Zerglings. Here comes Mutas flying all the way on the left-hand side. I think what he's going to try to do is attack that wall with the Lings. But here is a huge army coming across the middle. I don't think Panda Bear Me is ready for this army. He needs to pull everything back. He needs to get way more Banes. There they are. The Mutas need to get on top of these Liberators. Let's see where the Mutas are at. I mean, this is going to be kind of like a last-ditch effort, I think, from Mystic. If Mystic does not win this fight, he is not going to do any more good fights. These Widowmines are completely burrowed, and they're going to attack the Ultralisk to land on top of this, and GG gets called. Panda Bear Me takes game number 3 and takes the entire series in a very quick, convincing fashion. Holy crap. That was absolutely amazing play from both players. Oh, let's take a quick look at the bracket, ladies and gentlemen, when we get the second. That was absolutely amazing, ladies and gentlemen. Panda Bear Me has ripped through the competition and made quick work of Mystic. Mystic did everything he can and everything right, except for just with those Banes, he just wasn't able to have that great of control on those Bane hits, and he lost a lot of units to him. The Widowmines unfortunately didn't get burrowed in time, and Liberators just didn't do as much damage as he thought they were originally going to do. Panda Bear Me did such a great job with getting those attack run-bys and constantly harassing Mystic's base, and it's just gnarly to be able to see that. Absolutely incredible games, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for the opportunity for having me stream